What's up, fellas? We live. Sports Mix.
Right. All right.
It's crack.
December 17th, 2021 edition.
Yeah.
A lot going on in sports. A lot going on. First off, fellas, how y'all doing?
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm good. Good. How about
Cool.
you?
Oh, man, I'm here, man. Good. Had a rough week with the boys this week. Thunder out hours, took 2 hours this week. So we back in the lab tomorrow morning. Gotta iron out some things. Took two tough losses this week. Lost to Kenwood Wednesday, and then we lost to Franklin tonight, this evening. So we in the lab tomorrow morning. We back at it Monday, at home at Dundalk. If anybody come check us out, playing against Edgewood. I believe the JB game tip off at 3:45, 4 o'clock, something like that. Boston will play shortly after.
What's up, Big Rod?
Rod, what's up, brother? So before we get started, man, I want to send some prayers out to Officer Kiana Holly, who was shot. I guess they say it's like an ambush the other day, and I believe that was South Baltimore, like Curtis Bay area.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that happened to that young lady. I know they say she's still fighting for her life at this time. So I just wanted to offer up some prayers to her. I did hear that they arrested 2 guys this evening or to sometime today. I just kind of caught that when I got home this evening. So
You mean the 2 clowns?
yeah, they were arrested 2 people. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that. I didn't really look into it to see what if any charges they had so far, but don't focus too much on them. I just want to send some love out to Kiana Holly. Hope that she pulls through.
Right.
Tragic, man. And just shout out to all law enforcement. They they get a hard way, but they got a tough job. Not easy. Not easy to do what they do, putting their life on the line every day, man. So send some love out to them, especially during this time of year. Family, holiday time, you want to be with your family. And Kiana's family got to deal with this nonsense at this time of year. So I just want to wrap my arms around her, send some love to her family. Just pray for speedy recovery, man. If anybody just send some love that way, to that sister and her family, man. That probably I'm sure they are accepting all love and all prayers at this time.
Yeah, tough to imagine, what they're going. Yeah, tough situation there.
It's a lot of nonsense, and we talked about it before a couple weeks ago, Miss Evelyn. And every week we got to deal with this same old shit.
Yeah.
And I wish people would just call it like it is. I mean, you can't even have your kids go out and play no more. You can't have anything. And I don't know what to say. I saw her family last night talking, and I saw her sister, and man, kind of shed a tear looking at it. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yep.
So I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Shout out to Monroe, Tim Berman checking in. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
OGs.
You don't get a nickname like money too easy. People just don't throw money around, and they just don't nickname around. So you know, for Monroe Tyler to have that money, no, it had to be earned in real life.
Right.
He had to earn that.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever seen him play at his prime, his heyday, but did, or if you played against him, like I had, understand how that dude got the nickname Money.
Right. Right. Right.
And you talk about a prolific shooter.
I'm gonna tell you this. When I was in high school, so I know Money graduated in the 70s at some point. When I was in high school, one of our coaches was Dave Dixon, RP Dave Dixon. And he talked about Money so much. You know, Monroe Tyler this, Monroe Tyler that, you know, Monroe.
Yeah.
But you know, I know Money from around the way. You know what I'm saying? But he talked about Money, man. I'm like you say, I didn't know that Money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him as that. He was playing ball at that time, but he wasn't, you know, the young guy anymore. But man, Dave Dixon loves some Monroe Tyler, man.
Yeah, man. Monroe was prolific, man.
Yeah.
He was prolific with that shooting, man. No doubt about that.
Yep.
Tim Berman. I remember Tim. Tim probably don't remember me when I was a kid, but I remember Tim
Coach
knew
Tim.
Tim knew my uncles, Reggie and Wayne and Tracy. I remember Tim when I was a kid, man.
Money said it was the alcohol.
Let me get straight.
Hey, Monroe, I gotta tell you a story when we get off air. If you're still listening, I had a nickname too. They used to call me Magic Mike. But I tell you that off screen.
Here we go.
Hey, Monroe.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, it was a different genre, but it was
Here we go.
All right, man. Let me.
And he's off. So before we get started, I'm going to dedicate today's show to my grandmother. It's Alice Mundy, who today, December 17th, would have turned 100 years old.
God bless.
Today
God
would
bless.
have been grandma's 100th birthday, man. So
yeah,
you know, I'm forever indebted to my grandmother, man. She made me. She probably kept me on the right path, you know, more so than I would have gave her credit for back then. You know, looking back from adult eyes, I'm able to see how instrumental she was in you know, me just becoming who I was, and she was on my ass all the time. But you know, you don't understand it when you're young.
Yeah.
But I surely appreciate it now. And today was her birthday. Is her birthday. She would have turned 100 years old today.
God bless her.
Think about her often, miss her. You know, so I'm gonna dedicate the flow toward tonight. So you're a part of the sports mix, Grandma. You know, don't ever say I didn't do nothing for you.
Yeah. I remember her as well. I remember her well as a kid. I remember her, every day. You know.
So Monroe said him and Tim won a citywide tournament together.
Okay.
Great athletes, man.
Yeah. And
great athlete.
Mr. Berman wasn't a joke either.
No.
Joke, man. And hey, man, you talking about fundamentals and preaching fundamentals, and not only preaching and teaching them, but all you had to do was watch him play. And he always played fundamentally sound, whether he was basketball or baseball. I mean, the dude, no fundamentals. And he's the type of guy that when you're around, you can't help but learn something.
Yeah.
And like the wisdom game was just like flying off of him. So you want to rub shoulders with a guy like Timmy because he's gonna teach you something no matter what.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So while y'all on the line, I'm gonna throw the invitation out for Timmy and Money. I've been working Kenny Rice, man, for some Turner Station, Dundalk High School stuff. Y'all, some of the original Dundalk High School athletes, Turner Station athletes. So that's my and I know Money's name came up when I was talking to Kenny as one of the guys he wanted to come on. So I'm throwing it out to y'all personally. Whenever y'all available, just let me know. We gonna set something up.
Plus, if I'm not mistaken, I know Kenny might have been on the second, or I got to talk to him, second, third of class to when they left Silas and went to Dundalk. He was something like that.
Like the third.
Yeah.
I've been talking to him. We supposed to been setting up some stuff.
Yeah, it's my dog, man.
So yeah, he'd call me up, randomly. How Kenny get him telling me about some stuff in his way.
Oh, we gotta go out,
So we got some couple things we're gonna chop up today. I'm gonna send some props out to Steph Curry this week. Took over the all-time three-point leader in NBA history. Surpassed Ray Allen. So that's pretty big. And Steph is what you think? Steph probably got another 9 years.
Got a ways to go. Yeah, great. And it was real nice to see. Ray was there, right? Ray Allen was in the house.
And Reggie Miller.
Miller was there, and his dad.
Yep, Daddy was there. Yeah.
So great accomplishment. He did it in so few games. As the 3-point is so much more prominent now than it used to be. And
yeah. What's up, Bobby Rome?
What's up, Bobby? Happy belated birthday, Bobby. You turned a bit 50, I believe, right?
Yeah, Bobby in the club. My homie.
Good dude, man. Bobby always been even as a young dude, he was a good dude, man.
Let me tell y'all something about Bobby, man. Every year, Bobby used to have parties at his mom's house. Mm-hmm. And I was the DJ. And you'd have thought we was in a club somewhere. And we had that basement on fire. Had that basement on fire, man. That was like the highlight of the year. He would have a birthday party every year for a couple of years back to back to back. And we'd be in that basement, man, just having a ball. Shout out to Bob, my guy. So also, on my list of things here, I see that COVID cases are on the rise around sports and in general. But do we think they should start to kind of shut some things down, or kind of keep it as it is? Because I know with the sports teams, with the sports, it's all about the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
They looking at losing money when they shutting games down and having to move stuff around. But what you guys think? You think some of the sports, should start looking at shutting stuff down until they kind of can get some stuff under control again, or kind of go back to how they was kind of limiting the amount of people in the arenas, or what y'all think?
I don't know.
Well, I would say, watching sports is a great indicator of what's actually happening in society. Mm-hmm. I've been peeping. They talking about the hospital beds being filled, and that is starting to skyrocket. They don't have a lot of room at the hospitals in Maryland. Mm-hmm. So obviously, we haven't been able to get on top of this virus thing, and I'm pretty sure that shutting down is something that's on some folks' mind now. I know they want to avoid that at all costs, because like you said, that dollar rules. So something to think about, and it's something for all of us to kind of think about when you start to see them canceling games and rescheduling games. That's serious stuff. And so for us, because it's pretty easy to relax, pretty think that this thing is gonna calm down and we could, but yeah, keep your antennas up, stay safe, and I'm pretty sure that thing is on folks' mind, but I know they want to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, yeah. And you're getting into the money season, for like football. College football is into the bowl season. Football, NFL's, I think it's like 4 weeks left of the regular season. So, you got playoffs coming, and then, the big game where they make their money. So I know they want to try to get through the season. I'm assuming, that's what the NFL for sure want to get through the season and, be able to get the Super Bowl and everything played without interruption, without having to move anything. So just wanted to get y'all thoughts on that. I kind of been hearing some whispers about, some people had some concerns or something, with the numbers going up.
How ironic that I saw where they rescheduled some games.
Yeah, I did see that.
And even I think Loyola was actually supposed to play Duke, but they had to have another replacement team. That was the second one. They're playing Duke. But I think the NFL will kind of navigate it like they already are. And then they put in a new COVID thing where get tested 24 hours before the game. If you're negative, you can play. As opposed to being out. They just implemented that yesterday. So a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people who say, for example, Tuesday were ruled out for this Sunday. They are now, according to the league rule now, if they test negative, Saturday, they'll be able to play, which some may say that's the benefit of having the, I won't get too much into the vaccine, but there could be a benefit where you can test positive and then, the vaccine does what it's supposed to do. But that's another ball game. But ironically, Kyrie Irving's going to play away games now.
I did hear that.
For the Nets. So
I did hear that.
And I mean, I don't want to, we've all kidded. Well, I have, and CB kidded around with Kyrie, but I'm glad to see him at least getting on the floor for the Nets.
Yeah.
Because they deserve it. They deserve a chance to, get what they're, what they're fighting for in the NBA. But it's good to see him back. Like a lot of people, Kyrie is box office though. He's a great player. A smart dude, intelligent guy.
Yeah.
So so I don't want to take any of that away from him at all. So it's good to see him back. And the Nets kind of said, look, you know what, we're going to ease our restriction, because they were just saying, no, we don't want you half the season.
Right.
But I think they, said, look, man, you know what? They probably said, look, he's a good dude, and try to understand where he's coming from and say, look, if you want to play the away games, we can do that. So I commend both sides for that. So
maybe recognizing that they ain't gonna win no chip without him play the role.
Yeah. And that's a big, absolutely.
That always moves the needle.
Like you gotta say, money talks, man. And
Shia in the building. What's up,
Shia? You know what? She is family, man. She is family.
Already. So Big Rod said a lot of folks have lied about their status. Some folks wouldn't. Let me see. Some wouldn't, so it's coming back with a vengeance. He was talking about people lying about their vaccination status. Yeah. Then he also said they won't win with him.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm not sure they win either, but the chances, are better with him in the lineup, I guess.
Yeah, and that's they built the team. They built the team that way.
Yeah.
So and that's the thing. You build a team a certain way.
Yeah.
To get you to a certain point.
Yeah.
And when you missing pieces,
Yeah.
You know, it's just not like the next man just gonna step in and do what Kyrie do, because that's it's Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? He's like you said, he's box office. He's a one of a kind type of guy. Not many people can bring what he bring, you know, on a night in, night in basis. Maybe a night here, a night there, maybe somebody could do it, but not for the long haul.
They'd have knocked out Milwaukee with Kyrie.
Last year.
Yeah.
That's been interesting, man. But I'll say this, and I'm gonna keep it real. Come on. You know, Kyrie, I mean, they're gonna play these away games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it never rains in Southern California, but if they're playing the Lakers and it's raining, he's not gonna show up. There's always something with Kyrie. If the weather's bad, fucking Lance mudslides, he's not gonna show up. If he can't get a manicure before the game, it's gonna be something. Let's keep it real. It's gonna be something with Kyrie. So I'm just saying.
Man, combination. Where you get this stuff from, man?
But it's the truth, though. Every keep it real. I mean, everybody knows this. It's gonna be something. The ball. He's like New Year's Eve. The ball is gonna fucking drop sooner or later. Yeah. That's Kyrie, man.
Only right up in his combination.
Yeah.
Ah.
But he's good though, you know.
Yeah, he good, but
he's good.
You know some shit coming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, I try with Kyrie, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's struggling with mental issues, man.
But he went to Duke.
Yeah.
So I always consider that when I'm talking about this guy. He's a Duke guy. You know?
He's a Dookie.
So with them guys, they a little flaky anyway.
And Rodney hit it right on the nose. If he's the kid, especially if he got the only ball at the court, if he ain't getting his way, he going home. Then what we gonna do?
He gonna dribble this ball all the way home.
We got 15 dudes out there with no basketball because Kyrie left.
And he gonna take his time leaving.
Yeah, he gonna take his time. Yeah. Hag his shit up. Sip Gatorade on the way out.
Yeah.
Somebody go get that ball from that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He can't fight.
I don't know.
He went to Duke.
I don't know.
He's a Dookie.
Yeah.
And for all y'all Duke fans out there, Duke slander is allowed here on the Sports Mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just how it's gonna be.
All right, you won't throw the message up if somebody start beating down on Duke, right?
No.
Nah, I won't act like I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I act like I ain't hear some of that.
Yeah, I got pretty good.
Duke slander is allowed.
A lot of
shout out to Coach K though.
Oh yeah. Coach K is the man.
Shout out to Coach K.
Coach K the man.
Much respect to that dude.
So speaking of coaches, damn Urban Meyer.
Oh God.
Didn't make it through one season down there in Jacksonville and shit. You know, he got canned the other day. I mean, I seen that shit coming, man.
Oh man.
Good God Almighty, man.
Oh man.
I mean, I knew back what was it, like the first or second week of the season? He decided he ain't gonna fly the charter back with the team.
Yeah.
He hanging out in Ohio at the strip clubs.
No, that was his restaurant.
Come on.
Yeah.
Was it his restaurant?
Yeah.
Get your ass on that plane, man. Y'all, and they lost too, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost.
It was a loss.
Get your ass on that plane, man.
Yeah.
Who do you think he was? Allen Iverson?
I don't know.
Come on, practice.
Right.
Well, it all started when they drafted Lex Luger as the quarterback. I knew it was gonna be downfall after that. No, he overhyped, man.
What's the kid from Clemson?
Yeah.
You think he got a little hype, too much hype on him?
I told everybody, I said Matt Jones gonna be better than him, man.
Oh, I like Matt Jones, man.
Yeah, Matt Jones is looking like the one.
Yeah. I mean, he got plenty of season left, 5 games left. But pretty good, man.
Yeah, I you know, you look at these guys that come out of college. The only one that I've seen succeed is Jimmy Johnson. You know, in the last 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was some prior, but I mean, in the last 25 years, Jimmy Johnson, the only one that I remember that came out and had some sustained success in the NFL. And had he not been working for Jerry, I mean, they could have had a hell of a dynasty down there in Dallas. I think Jerry Jones, his ego kind of ruined that. Jimmy, and I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan by a long shot, so you know, for me giving them props, it's hard for me to you know, speak positively of those guys. I need a bucket. I might need to throw up.
Yeah.
Talking about them so glowingly right now, but you know.
Yeah.
The only good thing happened in Dallas, my guy James Parrish, RIP, got a ring with him. So that's the only good thing I can say about the Cowboys.
Rodney said, "Hit the disclaimer." But you know what's crazy though, and I had this interaction with Coach C the other day. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm so hesitant when people say this coach or that coach is a great college coach. We all know college is really predicated heavily on recruiting. And when you're top heavy in recruiting, like Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, Clemson, these kind of programs, where you get the 4, 5-star players, and you assemble them on a team. See, I'm one of those people. I look down the totem pole a little bit at a lot of these mid-major coaches who wind up being great coaches, and they go further because they start with really good talent, but you'll see the coaching schemes come into effect more often. You'll see, different things like blocking, X's and O's, whether it's football and basketball. And I think that goes in a part like I think like a guy like Pete Carroll. I think he was really good. He's a good coach. He's proven. But see, a lot of people don't realize Pete Carroll was even good when he was with the New England Patriots years ago when he was a coach. Yeah. So I think a guy like that is a good coach. But a lot of that stuff is, weighed heavily on recruiting in college.
Yeah, well, I always said, name me a great coach that didn't have great players. A great winning coach. Great coach that's won. He hasn't won without great players. There's not many of them. I mean, you may name, I can't think of one that didn't have great players when they won. At least 2 or 3. Basketball and then football, you
need it. You gotta have
it. You gotta have great players, man, to win. The cream always rise to the top. The best teams on paper don't always win because maybe at winning time they don't pull it together, or or they may have an injury here or there. Like you just never know. But the cream, in my opinion, cream always rise to the top. But when you talk about coaches and great coaches, I've never seen a great coach that didn't have great players. That's just how I look at it. Somebody else may see it different, but I've never seen a great coach.
You gotta have it. You gotta have
some great players to make it happen.
Yeah, have it. And I think one of the other things of a college coach coming to the pros is you dealing with a different animal. That's college kids, somebody coming from high school that you done recruited, and now you're talking about a millionaire.
Yeah.
On 25, 30 years old, 35 millionaires. It's a whole different. You need something different than coaching at the level, and obviously, Urban Meyer's what it takes to deal as a coach on a pro level.
Yeah.
He failed.
Yeah, and it's, you just can't. Because I mean, I heard he had some issues with some of the guys, the way he talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be a little more diplomatic when the player's making more money than you. You know what I'm saying? Because and then the team like Jacksonville, where he probably looking at it like they ain't winning, y'all ain't won nothing. You gonna do what I tell you to do. You gonna listen to me, and they tune that shit right out. Man, take your ass back to Ohio State or Florida, wherever the hell you come from.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, go ahead on back. Go ahead on back up there to your bar, to your nightclub or whatever. You do that. We ain't putting up with that shit. It's all about us here.
Yeah.
Get my agent on the phone.
Mm.
Get this loser out of here.
Yeah.
Hi, Irving. See you later, buddy. Did you name an interim coach? Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know who's on the staff down there.
Mm.
I know the ex-wide receiver there, Jimmy Smith. He came out the other day. He said he would like to see what's the quarterback used to play there?
Brunel?
No, the quarterback. He's the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay now. Byron Leftwich.
Oh, Leftwich.
Yeah. He said he'd like to see Byron Leftwich become the next head coach.
Yeah.
Down there at Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it's not going to happen till after the season. Whatever they do, they're not going to name a coach now. But Leftwich got a ring with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay last year. So that'll look good on your resume. You the offensive coordinator and Tom Brady is your quarterback. He's gotten a couple guys some money over the last 20 years. I think I could have been the offensive coordinator with Brady.
Oh yeah.
It's good to see though, man, and I'm impressed with how Brady and Leftwich, you can see them interact on the sideline.
Yeah.
And it would be easy for Brady to be like, man, I got all these rings. But Leftwich, I've heard him say that Brady is really receptive to what he's telling him during games and in practices. And I think that's really cool, man. Yeah. I think that's really cool.
One thing about Tom Brady is one thing I've heard about Tom Brady is he's always been receptive to being coached.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No matter what his status is. He's been the greatest quarterback in the league for quite a while now. And being that guy to come with, you be an Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers seemed like a dick to me. You know what I'm saying? Just from over here looking, on the outside looking, and he seemed like he's an ass.
Yeah. A
lot of the time, very arrogant. Yeah. He knows he's good. And he kind of walk around like that. Yeah. Where Tom Brady, they say he's not like that. He's kind of receptive to what the coaches are telling him. He's not like big time in you. Mm-hmm. Even though he could if he wanted to, and nobody probably would say nothing, but he's very receptive to coaching, man. And that's probably conducive to why they win. When your leader is receptive to coaching like that, it's a trickle down effect. And that's one of the things as a coaching high school basketball right now that I kind of like I kind of encourage somebody got to take the lead. One of you guys got to be the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like right now we all kind of following. I haven't seen one guy kind of step up and take charge and I don't think they understand what taking charge is. It's, because you got kids that they yell at each other and they might pick, point somebody else's mistakes out. That's not leadership. Leadership, man, is yeah, I'm gonna get in your ass a little bit, but I'm also gonna, encourage you, and I'm if the coach is getting in my ass, I'm not gonna be pouting or turning my back or none of that stuff, man. So leadership, man, goes a long way in all sports. And there's different looks to it, but like I say, I just have heard this thing about Tom Brady for years, how he's receptive to coaching and he doesn't feel like he's too good to be coached by somebody, even somebody that's relatively new in the position, so I just wanted to give TB a little props, and I got to stop giving these guys credit, man.
No, you're not really. I mean, you giving credit, but you giving credit to greatness. You know what I mean? And these guys, man, are great, and they are great because of one of the aspects of being great is the ability to recognize what can make you greater and to recognize what can get you that championship. Yeah. Tom recognized that. Michael Jordan recognized that. You see how they have these relationships with these coaches. Mm-hmm. Ray Lewis recognized that thing. These guys are champions. And see, some people can hear what folks are saying. Hearing is a functionality of the ear. Yeah. But listening is a functionality of your being. Your being is taking in what these teachers are telling you and what these coaches are trying to get across to you. So those guys have mastered the art of listening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts. That's
Good
facts.
Point. Good point.
That's facts. So moving on. So tomorrow, like I said earlier, the bowl season has started in college football. I don't really get too much excited about these early ones, but there's one tomorrow that I'm going to attempt to watch. I got some running around to do, but I'm going to attempt to make an effort to watch the Celebration Bowl. And that's featuring the South Carolina State University versus Jackson State. And that's kind of looked at as the Super Bowl of Black college football, if you will. Mm-hmm. So, tomorrow I'm going to make an effort to watch that game. I want to support it. I heard that the game is sold out, which is awesome. It's sold out. It's down in Atlanta, so they partying in Atlanta right now. Yeah. It's going to be a party all weekend down there. But to have that game sold out, it kind of feeds into what the bigger topic is for the day, with the the HBCUs and college sports. Having that game sold out, and I don't know the history of the attendance of that game. Mm-hmm. I know I watched it last year, and it definitely was not sold out. And that COVID could have had something to do with that last year. But the fact that it's sold out, and you see a lot of bowl games this time of year are not well attended. The stadiums are less than half full. A lot of them. It's this time of season where a lot of the students are going home for the holidays, so they're not really looking to travel to these little cities or whatever. They're trying to get home to be with family for the holidays. So the fact that South Carolina State, which is probably a couple hour drive from Atlanta, I'm not sure the actual logistics, but it's probably not no longer than a 5-hour ride, maybe 4 or 5 hour ride. Then you got Jackson State, which I think they say is an hour flight from Jackson, Mississippi to Atlanta. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty close proximity to the universities. To have the game sold out, and I think that's like a 80,000-90,000 seat arena. that new Mercedes
Mm-hmm.
dome down there in Atlanta. That is a good look. That is a damn good look for HBCUs. The MEAC, South Carolina State representing the MEAC, and then you got Jackson State representing the SWAC. That is awesome. That's an awesome look. And I posted the other day. That's an event. At some point, I'd like to attend. You know, that's an event in the future that I'd like to attend, man. Just to soak that in, and this the whole HBCU experience at a football game. You know, the battle of the bands. You know, just the atmosphere, man. Just being around your people, man, and all in in the name of it's all about these kids, man, and a good time. So I just wanted to shine a light on that, and definitely I'm going to try to support by watching tomorrow, but I also want to attend at some point in the future. I want to definitely attend that game. Maybe we take the show on the road and attend the Celebration Bowl at some point. But that I just wanted to highlight that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you guys ever kind of watched that or followed it any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think hopefully it be a situation where it won't be unusual to have sellouts for these particular games. And let's not mistake this. The climate of the country, along with guys like Deion Sanders, have kind of planted the seeds for these kind of situations where HBCUs can benefit, and they should benefit from some of the social how should I say it, some of the social action that's been done by the youth and the Black America. The whole shining light on different things, the rebirth of Black love, Black education, respect. Those things go hand in hand with the revitalization of the HBCU atmosphere. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. As an HBCU grad, I'm definitely excited about the trends. Like I heard Shannon Sharp say yesterday. This is not going to be a floodgate open in the next year or so. It's a process. Just a process where you're going to start seeing more kids, high profile athletes, going to HBCUs. You're going to see the profile of the HBCUs kind of rise a little bit, with the move like Deion going down there to Jackson State and what he's doing down there with that program. You've had some HBCU teams that have went and beat some higher Division I basketball teams. In the tournament, I know a couple of years ago, Hampton got a big win. We know about the Coppin win a few years back in the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So the it's just all about the opportunity, and this when the stars align the right way, more guys will start headed that way. But that's kind of what's leading me into what we're talking about tonight. With the young fella Travis Hunter, he made some waves this week when he opted to sign with Jackson State over Florida State. And Jackson State has again Coach Deion Sanders, who was a Florida State superstar, you know. So that was a huge, huge, huge get for Deion and Jackson State, man. And he, you know, that whole move has brought a lot of emotion. I can't say I'm surprised by it. I can't say I'm surprised by a lot of it. But it's just funny to see it. You know, it's funny to see and read it from these same people that tell us that you know, the racism doesn't exist anymore. You know, or you know, some people playing a race card, this, that, and the other. These are the same people that's telling us, or get over it. You know, get over this. Stop talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And the second something happens that you don't agree with, you go and do this, the very thing that you tell people to stop doing, you go and do it the way you've always done it. You know what I'm saying? The way you've always done it. So let's dig into that, fellas. You know, number one, man, congratulations to Travis Hunter on your decision, man. It was your decision. You know, I'm sure went through your due diligence before you made that decision, you know, and now the decision has been made. Here come all the allegations that, well, it was about money, it was about this, it was about that. You know, he just can't change his mind and make a decision that he want to do something outside the box, as far as being some kind of conspiracy or some kind of nonsense. So shout out to Travis Hunter, man. Props to you. Good luck on your journey, man, your college journey, man. You know, it was huge for a player in his stature, being rated the number one high school prospect in the United States, to take a jump like that. That's huge. That's huge. And shout out to Deion Sanders for working his ass off and getting it done, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Prime, man.
You know, you know this is right down my alley, man. You know that. You know, we talked about it before, and it's clear, you know, what my thinking is. And I know that, you know, sort of a little bit of you know, the Eddie Murphy skit when the white boys are drunk and shit, and Jesse running for president. Like Jesse running, let's go vote for Jesse. And after they come up out of their drunkenness, he fucking won. You know, this is what Deion goes to Jackson State, and they don't think anything's gonna come out of this. Think that this guy is gonna, you know, wind up maybe at another university. Maybe he'll wind up at Florida State, his alma mater, you know. So this is what they're thinking about. But in my mind and in my heart, man, I want this brother to ride this out. I don't want him to accept any of those jobs. I want him to stick with Jackson State, because what he is doing is a powerful, powerful thing. I knew that if this man was going to get some success, now they're going to start throwing darts at him. Now they're going to start shooting at him. Now the kid ain't even the number one recruit no more. He's the number two recruit now. Subtle things like that start to take, because ain't no way in the world we want to be reporting that the number one person at the university. I mean, so all these little mind games that go on is, but Deion, man, I'm saying the guy has commercials. He's got all this stuff. Now watch all these things start to dry up. Dry up, and watch all these jobs that they're going to offer this guy. Oh yeah. You know, anytime that you have a person who can rally the troops, and when I say troops, I'm talking black folk, like Deion has shown the ability to. See, this is what they always been afraid of anyway. You know, biblically speaking, they always afraid of the Messiah coming. The Messiah is coming. Always got to look out for the Messiah. Is the Messiah coming? Is he the Messiah? And the Messiah, root word Messiah is message. It's all a message that the person is bringing. That's why you fear the person. That's why you fear the Messiah, it's the message in his mouth. Deion got a powerful ass message, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can relate, man. He's got kids that age. He's right in that zone. He's a superstar. He can relate, and he brought them. He said the dude came on campus and came to a game that was the homecoming game. He said after homeboy got there and it was a homecoming, it was a wrap. Because at the HBCU homecomings, and it's just like the Colin Kaepernick movie when the dude was eating the food from his parents, and then when he'd go around over to the sister's crib and eat that food, and he'd be throwing that. That's the difference between going to HBCU and a conventional college.
Yes,
you
sir.
know? So I'm proud, and I would like to. I talked about listening and listening over top of hearing. I want to read what this young brother Travis wrote about this selection here. He says, Florida State has always been a beacon for me. I grew up down there. That's where my roots are. And I never doubted that I would play for the Seminoles. It's a dream that is hard to let go of. But sometimes we are called to step into a bigger future than the one we imagine for ourselves. Now, this brother is talking, man. This is a 17, 18-year-old brother talking here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go on. For me, he said that, but sometimes we are called to step into a bigger future than the one we imagine for ourselves. For me, that future is at Jackson State University. Jerry Rice, Doug Williams, and of course the legend, JSU own Walter Payton. Historically, Black colleges and universities have a rich history in football. I want to be part of that history, and more, I want to be part of that future. He said, wait a minute, I want to be part of that future. I am making this decision so that I can light the way for others to follow. Make it a little easier for the next player to recognize that HBCUs may be everything you want and more. An exciting college experience, a vital community, and a life-changing place to play football. I look forward to working with the iconic Deion Sanders, and especially with my fellow Tigers, along with Coach Prime. They have made me feel like I'm already part of the team, like I'm home. And wait to welcome the next class of top athletes into the family of HBCUs. Now, see, that's heavy stuff right there coming from a young guy.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Right on the nose, Dean.
Yes, sir.
That's the stuff right there, man.
Right on the nose, Dean. And I wish people would this is a ode to your show, Kenny. I don't know if people have been watching, but just 2 weeks ago, I'm like the Swami in this shit. I said 2 weeks ago, I said, give him 5 years. He will be in the top 25 recruiting in the nation. I said this. You got the video. You can up on your YouTube. Not only that, he also said something a lot of people didn't hear him say yesterday. He said, Travis Hunter is going to be at Jackson State, but it's a whole lot of other ones knocking on the door and calling me right now. People not hearing that. And I heard Deanology. I like Deanology, but he said something kind of got under my skin. He said, if I was a Power 5 school, I would get on the phone immediately with Deion Sanders. Now, my question is, I would say to Dan, so Dan, those Power 5 schools are good enough for Deion, but Jackson State is not? Is that what you're telling me? Now, I've seen all of them on there shaking their head, agreeing with him. And I agree with Dane. I hope he doesn't go, because ultimately you're seeing, at this point, you're seeing how this playing out. All of a sudden, I've never seen one black kid have so many white daddies in America in the last 2 days. All his white daddies are saying, no, you should go to Alabama. You'll get more exposure. I've never seen so many white people who cared so much about a 17-year-old kid from Georgia that they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But Travis Hunter, he signed. And see, another thing people don't realize, he is a 5-star plus recruit, meaning he was rated the top player by all 4 media publications that grade these athletes. He was the top athlete of them all.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 5-star plus. So it's a difference, but you know what? You saying it now, and I told the guy at work, and he happened to be a white guy. He absolutely agreed with me. I told him, I said, you know what? You're seeing sort of like the deeply seated privilege mentality today, where, you know, a lot of people starting, you know, last few days, even on my thread, got the unmitigated gall to think that they deserve to be in a superior position, you know, as opposed to having HBCUs finally begin a process of leveling the playing field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is where we are right now, and you're seeing this because if he was a 3-star athlete, which are very good players, we would not be hearing a peep.
Mm-mm.
We wouldn't hear a peep. But see, you get Travis Hunter, you'll get some more guys coming. Next thing you know, you selling out the Mercedes Dome. All that funding is going to Jackson State and South Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
People are not realizing that. Then all of a sudden the schedules start to change.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Deion, but he made a point. People say, oh, well, he's not going. He had 10 games on ESPN this year. Unheard of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
They think people gonna remain fools. And I told you last year, I said this guy's gonna change the culture one day at a time. He's a different breed. He's always been a different breed, and he's doing it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just like Dean said. It's like, you know, the Eddie Murphy shit, man. Where you know they say, oh, he's going down there. You know, he's got his sons coming. You know. Ain't gonna do too much. They'll make little small change. You know, they'll put him on TV a couple times. And God damn it, Deion went down there and went 10-1.
Yeah.
You know, he told you what he was gonna do.
Sure did.
You know, and that's he's been telling you all along. We came here to win. We didn't come here for whatever people thought he was coming for. You know, we came to win. We came to we're gonna do this thing the right way. You know, we building a program here, you know, and along with building the program is recruiting.
Yeah.
You know, it's going out there and selling that program.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, there's some disadvantages to being at a school or even in a conference, you know, where, you know, you can't compete with the SEC. You know what I mean? That's not even not even in the question. You know, the SEC money, there's no way they can compete with SEC money. But when you start getting those players, the SEC type players, to look over there and say, wait a minute, what's going on over there at Jackson State, you know, or Tennessee State, or Southern University. I mean, they taking a look at some of these schools now where before, you know, it was like, you know, it was nice that they sent me a letter. You know, but I'm looking over here at the SEC or the you know, the ACC, whatever, you know, and they keep it pushing. So with this move, you know, and another thing that gets overlooked, you know, and it was funny because I was reading some of the comments yesterday about the opportunity to go where, you know, you get the more exposure and.
Keep it real. It was the idiot on my thread, Kenny. Just keep.
Well, I read his today, but I was reading some other stuff.
He's an idiot. He's still going at my man Mel right now. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he definitely is an idiot.
I hope he's watching. You're an idiot, Bill.
Oh, that's Bill Corgan.
Yeah, I don't like to block people that I'm going to talk about.
Nah.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah. But saying some of the things he said, and then like stuff I said, I read other people saying.
Yeah.
Do they feel the same way when kids commit to these coaches in the coaches league?
No.
They probably not. They probably don't give a damn about these kids. Coach convinced little Johnny to come to Baltimore State.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore State, we got the greatest football program in the world, and you come here and you play for me, blah blah blah. And New Mexico State offered me $10 million more a year. Son, and I'm gonna send the team an email. I'm gonna send a blast email, letting them know that I'm leaving while I'm on my fucking private jet on my way to New Mexico State.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody give a fuck about them kids. Excuse my language. Nobody care about them kids, man.
Mm-mm.
But now we care, because he going to Jackson State.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get the exposure that he would get at Florida State. Florida State been fucking 2-10, or they've been under 500 the last how many years? Florida State ain't been Florida State since fucking Bobby Bowden left that motherfucker. Let's keep it 100.
And I've always been an FSU fan, so, but I mean, that's what happened.
But this ain't that Florida State. They haven't been that Florida State for a few years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
5 years, 4 or 5 years.
So to say, this kid is making a big mistake because he's choosing to play under the greatest cornerback that's ever played in the fucking NFL. Right? The greatest cornerback to ever play in the league. Why would you not want to go and get the tutelage of this man?
And a top 10 rapper dead or alive. Must be the music.
Where's my disclaimer? This is some bullshit. Must
be the music.
Shining moment. He go back Jerry curl. Boy, that's below the belt.
Must be the music. He was in a video like it must be the music.
But these people don't give a damn about that kid, man.
Nah.
They are feeling their feelings are hurt because he had the audacity to turn away Florida State and go to old Jackson State down in old Mississippi.
Master is upset.
Like a mother.
That he is upset. And I mean, people don't really look at you. I mean, let's look at this. Let's look at it like this. This is LeBron James coming out of high school, going to Howard. That's what just happened. Yeah. This is Lou Alcindor. Instead of going to the plantation,
going to Morgan. Yeah.
On up at Morgan. Yeah. I'm taking balance to Morgan. I mean, this is Herschel Walker saying, fuck Georgia. We
all know he ain't gonna say that name. That dude crazy, man.
Going to black college. I mean, this is big stuff, man. And you got a guy like Deion. Deion got professionals on his staff down there.
Yes, sir.
On his staff, and Mathis, a guy who played in the league for 10 years, and I know who else is down there. He's been bringing in pros like Troy Aikman and bringing in these professionals to come and lecture and these kids out. I mean, Deion is doing something phenomenal, and I want everybody to watch this situation going forward to see how they switch up on Deion. But see, the way this thing happens, this HBCU, this is the kind of thing that's supposed to happen across the board. Mm-hmm. What's the guy with the afro that be out there teaching? He teach up at Harvard or
oh, my man. Yeah. Always wear the scarf.
Cornell West.
West. Yeah.
Cornell West. See the water is colder and the ice is colder and everything at university. Instead of going to Howard, where he talk all this black stuff, black this and black that, but he won't go teach at Howard or one of these fine HBCUs to where he will really reach our people. Jackson State its inception is in 1877.
Yeah.
And these black colleges been around for years, man, and has taught us and raised us up. And we did the Jackie Robinson move. We all went to the white college to so they can make money off of our talent instead of doing it with our own colleges, and so that our own colleges wouldn't even have to be asking for anything from anybody, because you would have the talent, you would be winning. The basketball and the football is making money for these schools, man. And what this kid is doing is so huge, and they do not want him to succeed. What they're doing is so huge. They'll be throwing everything at this dude to get him. They're gonna offer him the Florida State job. They're gonna offer him some other prestigious job. And I hope Deion, say no, thank you. I'm not done here. I'm here. The young kid said, I'm here because this is something bigger than what I even imagined. I'm going this course. Deion got to stay the course, man. He got to stay, man. He got to stay the course, because if he bail out to go to Florida State, and it's so ironic that the came from Florida State, his alma mater, like you mentioned, Coach. And Deion has to stay the course, man. He has to stay the course, man. He can't. He's now has elevated himself beyond sports. He's above sports now. This move that he's making, man, is a power move beyond athletics, man. He cannot take them other jobs, man. He got to hang in there. He has to.
Yeah, and the pressure is definitely going to be on. The pressure is definitely going to be on him now, because, like you say, it's some of these schools going to open that checkbook up. Probably some numbers that he probably never even imagined getting as a coach. Just because of a move like this, the checkbooks are going to come out. I listened to Doug Gottlieb.
Yeah, that idiot.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, but
this motherfucker, man.
I liked him better when he was an alcoholic. Yeah.
And
that was video that somebody had that sent through.
Yeah.
I think I put it on there.
His podcast.
Now, wasn't he a former college basketball player?
Yeah, he was good. Oklahoma State.
Yeah. So this guy understands recruiting. You know what I'm saying? He understands. He knows what's going on. But he went on that whole rant about, basically, some affirmative action type shit. That Jackson State just can't compete with, a Florida State, and he's not going to go against the same caliber of competition, and all so on and so. Shut the fuck all the way up.
Who the greatest wide receiver in NFL history?
That guy Jerry Rice.
That guy Jerry Rice. And Walter Payton. What he's
arguably
first, second, third. He's the greatest. Is Shannon Sharp in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
I think sure is.
At the time, I think he was up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, please, come on now. Now. Where did James go? Didn't he win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Went to Grambling.
What's my guy name? Strahan.
Yeah.
Mike Strahan is a HBCU guy, Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
Rodney says NFL has scouts everywhere, and he's 100% correct.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. I mean,
yes, indeed.
And that's part of the nonsense. When you hear all this, a kid got to go to Alabama or Florida State or whoever. When there's guys, a lot of guys from them schools never even see the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got guys, they stack guys so much, man. Nobody talk about the guys, the 4 and 5 star guys that go to the Alabamas, the Clemsons every year. They leave and go back to a smaller school. Nobody concerned about those kids. You know what I'm saying? But Deion basically did a here I go again. God damn it. Yeah, go again. Deion Sanders done did a Barack Obama on these motherfuckers. He done pissed them off.
Oh, thank goodness, Brooks. Or
No.
Yeah, I'm glad CB ain't here for that. But Obama winning rocked the nation. He rocked the core of this nation, man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And there's people that won't never admit it. They'll never admit the fact that they were pissed off just because he won. It had shit to do with none of the policy. He hadn't even had a policy yet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do number one. And these people lost their shit.
Yeah.
Well, Deion won one recruiting war, and people are losing their shit. One kid. We talking about one kid.
Yeah.
Come on,
man.
You know what? We didn't plan this, but the segue with Barack is especially, and you know what, I'll be honest. I love America. Don't get me wrong, but we know at this point, Deion has to worry about something far more sinister than what's on the field at this point, because just like Barack Obama, he's going to have to do everything that much better than his counterpart. Meaning, if I were him, I would run it certain aspects like an NFL team. Meaning, I would designate people to have situations where if my young men are out and about and you're in a compromised situation, don't move, call, we'll come pick you up. Because every little thing now is going to be scrutinized. When he goes into these homes and talks to these parents, he's going to have to let them know, just like he let Travis Hunter's parents know. As great as young man as he is, he's going to have to come to my program and work. He's going to have to go to class. He's going to have to follow the rules. And that's very important, because he's going to let them know that this is a legacy that's actually starting right now on his watch. They can't afford to mess up.
No.
They can't afford it. All them kids now who did great this year, they're going to have to continue that legacy starting right now, moving forward, because white America is going to scrutinize every little thing he does wrong. Absolutely. So if you have a kid go out and take advantage of a young lady while they're drinking, it's going to be all over ESPN. The program has to stay squeaky clean, because just like Barack, they still looking for his birth records, and we already know what they are.
Yeah.
They will forge it just to make it seem like it,
Yeah. But and my thing, my guy, Hoya paranoia.
Yeah.
Big John was the same way, man. I mean, he's like, we ain't gonna have all the success, and these people are not gonna be sniffing around here trying to find something.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And I've heard him say it. I was the way I was because I knew the least little thing happened.
Yes.
They was coming.
Yeah, they coming.
They already here. You know what I'm saying? Don't misunderstand that. They already here, and they're looking for something. So they're already down there. They already in Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh,
right
man.
now.
Come on, man.
You know they already there now, especially after what happened the other day.
Yeah.
They down there and they ready to turn over every goddamn piece of gravel they can to find something.
Gotta believe it.
You gotta be careful, man. And let's not forget, even though it's 2021 and not 1961, it's still Mississippi.
For sure.
It's gonna always be Mississippi.
For sure.
Yeah. And the way he did his announcement, the young fella.
Yeah.
The way he got up there and had them he put the Georgia hat on, the Auburn hat on, and tossed him. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. No. And then he put the Jackson State hat on. His mother threw it to him.
Yeah.
Mother threw the hat to him.
Yeah. And Mom, throw me that hat.
Throw me that hat, Mom. Mom tossed him the hat, and the young fella made a great catch.
Yeah, he did.
That thing, man, without it falling, because the moment called for that. He wasn't going to drop that hat. Mama wasn't gonna throw a bad pass. Not in this case, because see, this here got some divinity behind it.
Yes,
and
sir.
see, divinity is behind it. The shit gonna go smooth. He caught that motherfucker with his left hand. Slap, put it on, put that shirt on. Believe shirt on up under on the Jackson State, man. How do you know how many? We talked about that white supremacy mind. Do you know what that did to that white supremacy mind? Those who carry mind, man, that just rocked their world, man. Yeah. They were so red that they were purple.
Yeah,
that boy did that. When that boy did that, man, and and you know, and the thing about they on Deion's phone calls now. He's being monitored. He's being, you know, what's the guy J. Edgar Hoover used to do back in the day?
Oh yeah, he Malcolm X now.
That's what
Tell Pro.
Yeah, that's what Deion is dealing with right now.
Oh yeah, he Malcolm X down there now.
Period. Exactly. Period. Yeah. And I mean, one thing I do want to do, getting back to Jackson State University, I said they were around 1877. They're the 7th ranked college of producing Black engineers in the country. So, you know, this school is just not, I mean, they even teach meteorology. You know, where you gonna find that? Go look at these schools and see who can teach you meteorology. And it ain't a whole lot of them, and definitely ain't too many. It might be the only HBCU that can teach, you know. And I was just looking at their they have what they call the 3 pillars of university success. And I just want to read this first pillar, and they call it student centeredness. And this is what it says: the ability to put students first and foremost in all that we do when devising curriculum and program offerings, developing and implementing office operations and policies, and providing service and assistance. We must always incorporate what is best for our students' educational needs and desires, fully understanding that they are the reason that we exist, and their development and return on investment should be our primary concern. That's number one. Yeah. Man, this they put this in writing. This school is investing in the student, and everything that they have going down there at Jackson State is all about raising up a student, taking a young boy and a young girl and making them into a man and a woman that come out of this society and help their own kind. And this is a university, man. We can't sleep on this, man. This is what we need. Yes. This is what we need as young men and young women trying to make the world, is to get a educational foundation. They said that the curriculum, devising a curriculum, man, you know how important that is, to come up with a curriculum that's going to help the student. And these students are Black at this college. You're not curriculum that somebody else devised. You devise a curriculum to make these Black students into the best people that they can be. And man, that's huge to me. That is huge.
That is great.
Huge, man.
Good call, Dean. Good call, man.
Big. And I see Rodney made the comment about the narrative that HBCUs are less than white schools. You know, and you know, some bull. That's some other bull that they throw around. I mean, I remember guy on my timeline some couple years ago made a statement about HBCUs being racist. You know what I'm saying? And I consider the source when I see stuff like that. So I didn't read too much into it because of who it came from. You're not the most, you know, sharpest knife in the drawer. So I kind of just, you know.
Did he go to your high school?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
You know, but I you know, I consider the source when I see stuff like that. Uninformed comments like that, you know what I'm saying? He probably never stepped foot on a campus. No. You know, to know that there are people that look like him that attend those schools as well. You know, they take advantage of those minority scholarships that are offered at all universities. You know what I'm saying? They take advantage of them very well. You know, a lot of these baseball teams, softball teams, a lot of these universities look like him. You know what I'm saying? So just when we got people that's so uninformed about things that they have no clue about, it's useless to get in any kind of debate with them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just remember that comment, and it kind of came back into my memory this week as all this stuff was going on, and I hear about how inferior the facilities are at these HBCUs, and all of this other stuff that we hear about. Nobody's facilities are as good as Alabama's. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna keep it all the way 100, fellas, we got a guest coming into the damn room. But nobody's facilities are as good as some of the top, Texas, Alabamas, and all these guys, man, with all this money, man. So, not just HBCUs, there are a lot of, Power 5 schools that don't have the facilities that those top schools have.
CB in the building.
Mr. Brooks has arrived.
CB.
Right. All right. I'm glad we're talking about Obama. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. What's up? But
Look, here's the deal. Look, here's the deal.
You had to go right in, ding, damn.
Oh, man.
Came in hot, man. Shit.
Yes.
At
I couldn't even get a
12:45.
what's up, fellas, or like you just came in with the BO, man. Damn.
Goodness.
Oh, man.
Y'all know, man. Y'all already know how compassionate I am about subject matter like this, and how this thing help level out the playing surface, and I like to when you talk about HBCUs versus the conventional universities, I'd like to share a story of me, the Essex Community College, and then I went to Morgan. I went to Essex, and when I went to Essex at that time, it was 98% white at Essex Community College. We talking the early 80s. I graduated in 1980. So I went to Essex, and every class that I was in, I was the only Black person, except for Black history class. And there were some Black people, the dudes on the basketball team, girls on the basketball team. They was up in that class too. And but while I was there, and you have English 101 where you have to write papers and different subject matter. And I would go in there and I would write papers, and I'm in the class. There was a bunch of white young ladies in the class. We would chit chat back there, and they would always, you would have to come in with the draft form, and she was like, let me read your paper. And she would read my paper, and she was like, oh my God, you can really write. And she passed my shit around the classroom, and they all would read my papers, and they'd be like blown away. But when I would hand it up to the teacher, the professor, and I get it back, I'm getting C's and some D's and stuff like that, and so, I went through that whole year, every paper, the class read it, but I would get these grades back that weren't that great. So the next year I had to take it. It was a white female professor. I had to take the class again at Essex. So I took the class again. I had a white male professor, and I went through the exact same thing. So, okay, I get out of Essex, and there's a whole bunch of other things that were taking place there, but I get out of Essex with an AA degree, and in general studies, and I go to Morgan. So I transfer to Morgan. So immediately, when I go to Morgan, it just immediately, it was like, how you ever wore a shoe that didn't fit your foot, and how it be fucking with your feet? You can't walk normal, you can't dance, you can't do anything. When I went to Morgan, I had some shoes on that fit when I got on campus, and I had to take English 101 again. And And what I did, and see some of the papers that I wrote about at Essex, I wrote about my father because he was my hero. And so I showed that love for the Black man who was my father. And I wrote about him and things like that. I wrote about racism in some of my papers. So when I went to Morgan, I just used the same papers that I wrote at Essex. I just handed them in.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, I was under a professor who had been at Morgan for 30 years. And that was his final year of teaching at Morgan. And that dude told me, man, we were supposed to do 12 papers, and I only did 11 because we only had to do 11 at Essex. So I took my 11, and every time I stand to pass one in, I handed one in, and I didn't do the last one. And he called me up and he said, Mr. Randolph, how many papers were you supposed to do? I said, 12. He said, and how many did you do? I said, 11. He said, you know, that's going to hurt your grade, right? I said, yeah, I know it's going to hurt my grade, but I was getting A's on all my papers. So good. And he said, don't worry about that one paper. He said, in all my 30 years, I've enjoyed reading your papers more than any other student that I've ever had. And he handed me some flyers to get into a writing competition. He wanted me to get into a writing competition. And I never did, but for that man to have been there for 30 years and for him to have said that to me, as opposed to what I went through at Essex, they were trying to destroy somebody they knew that had some genius.
Yep.
They was destroy that. And when I went to Morgan, he was trying to uplift me and tell me, express your genius. So that was the difference in my life that I experienced from going to a predominantly white school as opposed to a school where the instructors actually cared about you, the professors cared about you. And that's the thing why, you know, I always hold Sala's point up to the sky, because that's the thing that I used to do as a kid, was to flip through my mother and father's yearbook and look at them in that yearbook and see all them, seeing Black principals and Black teachers and Black janitors, Black students. And these people knew each other, they cared for each other, and they built people to survive in this world. And why I've read that thing about Jackson State, man. We can't sleep on these youths, man. We can't sleep on it because it's for us. It's for us.
Yep. And that's
it's a great thing.
Yeah, that's a great story, man. It's kind of kind of similar to you know, going to Dundalk High School, where, you know, you kind of had that feel, like you say, the shoes just didn't quite fit. You know, and as a teenager, you don't really understand it. You know, you just you know something is missing. You don't know exactly what it is. You don't know, even if it is, you don't even really know that there's something missing, truthfully. You just know that something doesn't feel right. You know, but you go along because that's what you know. You know, and I had an opportunity to go to Dundalk Community College on 2 different occasions after high school, you know, to play basketball. And the whole Dundalk thing just kind of is why I didn't go. I just wanted something different, you know. And when I did go to school, I went to Baltimore City Community College first, which was, I don't know the percentage, but it's majority Black, majority Black students. And then I went to Coppin, you know, left there and went to Coppin, which is, you know, HBCU. And to be around, you know, that level of excellence, you know what I'm saying, of people that look like me, when you never hear, you know, those type of stories about people, man. I remember going to Dundalk and hearing about people that went to, you know, city schools, that they wasn't this and they wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? And not that I fed into, but you feed into it kind of subconsciously, you know what I'm saying, until you meet some of these people. So I'm sitting in class with people that went to, you know, Northern, Forest Park, Dunbar, Lake Clifton, you know, Mervo, all the schools you hear all this negativity about.
Don't get a little sour, Mervo. Not done.
Yeah, I heard. I had a couple Mervo friends. Was you sitting in class with these people?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. And I mean, they were selling me some bullshit. They were selling me some bullshit, man. Like, he's brilliant. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always that ignorance we feed into, because when you're around ignorance, and ignorance is kind of, you know, telling you how you should think, you know, what you should think, how you should see certain things. Then if you allow it to affect you, it will affect you in a negative way. But I was one that was always curious. You know, I was always curious to see what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? And so I was, you know, venturous as a young guy. I would go places, man, where people said I shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? And I would take these little journeys into this place and that place. And then, like I say, to be sitting in a classroom with people who, you know, for you know, most of my life I've been hearing that they were, you know, didn't learn well and they was this and they was that. And I'm like, yo, this is some bullshit, man. We are being fed a bunch of BS. And it's up to us to really, you know, go outside of that line of thinking and really find out for yourself what's going on. You know? And so, like, man, it's just my HBCU experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know. And like I look at, you know, when people talk about their colleges and that love, you know, that they have for them universities, and it ain't so much the university, it's the experience. It's them people that you get with when you on that campus. You know, when you're sitting in them classrooms, you know, the relationships you feel, you know, you build during that time. You know, the camaraderie. You know, when you get to, you know, going to college, you go through your first couple of years when you're going, because you getting all your little core stuff out the way. You know, all of the maths and all of the sciences and Englishes and all that stuff. And in them second 2 years, when you dig into your major, you know what I'm saying? When you with that group of people, pretty much from class to class, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going from one class to the next together. And them bonds that you build, you know what I'm saying? Them friendships that you create, that you'll have for a lifetime. You know, that and it's all based around the experience.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's based around the experience, man. It's not. I went to Coppin. We could have had them classes at Lexington Market. You know what I'm saying? But it was the core, it was the group of people that made the experience what it was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that's what it is with all of us, because everybody don't go to college, but it's people who make your experiences. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this whole thing about HBCUs being inferior, about HBCUs being less than, it's just more rhetoric that people who never have experienced that, never could understand it, you know, why they are significant in the first place. This is just another thing they do to kind of bury, you know, what the legacy of those places are, man.
Yeah. Kind of knew that with I heard Denzel talking one time. He was talking about how you have these different things. He was talking about the play by August Wilson that they went on, did the movie Fences. And
Fences, yeah.
He was talking about how relating things to color and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And he said some of the most profound things, but this situation where I wish a lot of white America understands, because I've heard guys on ESPN say it, and You know, you have these kids and you're going to these HBCUs. And of course, you may be, you know, it's white kids that go to HBCUs too.
Absolutely.
But what white America has to understand and has to embrace, and like I told you, a lot of white America is happy for Deion. So I don't want to get that mixed up. But what I want them to understand is it's also a culture thing. When they go in these HBCUs and they see people that look like them, like you're saying, who are studying to be engineers, who are going to be the next great Johnny Cochran, you can relate to where they come from, how they were raised. You can relate to them eating Spam and egg sandwiches in the morning. That's culture. That's culture. So when they get to these group sessions where they can relate to each other and understand, look, I know where you're coming from. We're on a common goal to, you know, make a better life for us and better life for our family. Like I said a few weeks ago, a lot of these kids, they're the only person that's going to college in their family.
Yep. Yep.
So, you know.
Yeah, very true. That was the case with me and my family. And, you know, another thing I just want to point out about my time at the HBCU Morgan State is that I experienced this feeling growing up in Turner Station. And I hadn't really experienced that feeling until I kind of got to Morgan. Out here in society, you know, we constantly, and a lot of us don't even really realize it, but as black men, we walk around under the pressure of white supremacy. And everywhere you go, it's on top of you, it's there. But growing up in Turner Station, I didn't feel that because it was all black. We had the black doctors. I used to walk down the street, South Lane, to get these shots and go to the doctor down there. They had 2 or 3 in the neighborhood. You had your own stores and you had your own schools, Fleming and Silas. You know the story about Turner Station. You know the deal. That was a self-sufficient community that a lot of people, yes, that a lot of people, absolutely, that a lot of people, younger black kids and stuff growing up, they've never experienced anything like that before. To them, that don't exist and it can't exist. Right. You have a community that even farmed and had their own fruits, own vegetables and shit that they were growing, man. Had a beach up in the neighborhood and the movie theater and the cab stand. This thing, you know, Adams and the ranch and Miss Hills and Baumgartners and gas stations. This stuff, what we did growing up in Turner Station is so far from a person's mind now growing up that shit ain't even a reality to them. They don't even think it can exist. But when you go to a HBCU, you feel that thing of being around where there is very little or no racism. Right. You know, Morgan, walking on that campus, man, you see the most creative black people on these HBCUs that you ever want to see anywhere. They're at these colleges because that suppression is not there. Yes. That racism suppression is not there. And if the pressure is not there, then people can spread their wings. They can express themselves instead of being depressed and suppressed. And that's where you talk about people developing mental illnesses and being depressed. That's this pressure pushing down, you pressing. And a lot of people are suffering through this, and white supremacy has a lot to do with the pressure that we deal with. But at Morgan, man, I'm telling you, man, it was free. People, the creativity was just off the hook. People from all over the nation coming there and just expressing themselves. It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful experience, man, that I would definitely, man, suggest for folks to look into going to these HBCUs, because it's a place, man. And once you leave there and go into the workforce, you will feel it immediately.
For sure.
You will immediately. As soon as you step into the workforce, you will feel it hits you like a pow, like a slap right in your face, and you're like, damn, I just left paradise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. CB.
Hey, man.
How you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. I was wasn't feeling well earlier, man, and I was I just like went to my phone and I saw your text. I was like, oh shit, they went on.
Yeah.
So
I
was
feel
napping
better, man.
earlier, and I just had like headache all day, man.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah, so we had talked a little bit about the young man that committed to Jackson State this week.
Let me ask you a question. Does he play safety?
Cornerback.
Cornerback?
Yeah.
And wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's a different brother. I thought because when I was reading about it, I thought the brother was initially signed with the Gators.
No, Florida State.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't sign with him. He kind of verbal.
Well, yeah. That's
gave like a verbal,
not signed, but
like a verbal,
right.
Verbal commitment to Florida State.
Oh, so it was him. Okay, so it was the same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He gave a verbal to Florida State, and then on signing day, he flipped to Jackson State.
Huh? Did he give any indication as to why that he changed his mind?
Yeah. He gave a couple of things,
Couple things. Number one, Deion had the home visit. Number two, he came to the homecoming game.
That's 2 checks.
Number three, the parents loved Deion.
Yeah.
They thought he sold them.
Absolutely.
And he said,
but all of that occurred before he picked up Florida State's cap, right? So I was saying, so like, what happened between him picking up the cap and then him changing his mind and saying, okay, I don't want Florida State. I want to go to
no,
Jackson.
he verbally committed a year and a half ago to go to Florida State. But Deion got a visit with him.
Mm-hmm.
See, he didn't sign anything.
Right.
Yeah, so when Deion took the home visit, see, and I blame Florida State too, because they could have gotten Deion a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They gave the job to the other guy
because he damn sure campaigned for it.
He wanted it.
He campaigned for the job for sure.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Was it you, big fellow, who sent that the article with the audio clip where the dude was talking about him making that him choosing the HBCU? I'm gonna have to tell you the truth, man. I couldn't even listen to the whole thing.
Because it was some bullshit.
And I don't remember like for how many minutes. It could have been maybe 5-6 minutes. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it just got to the point where I was just like, this shit sound real racist. And they're trying not to be, but it's like, that's all I heard. And I just said, I'm not even listening to these guys. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it came. That's the way I took it. It's not so much of, I mean, there's criticism of an HBCU, but theirs were sort of more like a thumbs down to HBCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for the criticism that I heard was more, how can I say? It was more intense than just like your typical criticism of any school.
Yeah.
So like they went in, and to me there were like racist overtones. And I just say I can't listen to this shit, man.
Because how dare this young kid? How dare him turn his nose up to Florida State University and go to Jackson, Mississippi, of all places? How dare him? You know what I mean? And that's kind of the the tone I was getting. How dare you take and thumb your nose at Florida State
with
University?
everything they have and everything that what Jackson State don't have.
Yeah.
And will even lose more because this guy was making it sound as if, oh, Deion is leaving next year.
Right.
Oh, he's leaving in 2 years.
Yeah,
and so
like
once he leaves,
yeah.
what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, that's a wide leap.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's with that wide leap that once Deion go, it's like what's this expression? Like crumbling bricks. Like once he leaves, everything just like comes down.
Hey, in the words of Cameron, coaches leave every day, B.
Hey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. Coaches leave to go for greener pastures. You know, players transfer every day somewhere. This kid chose Jackson State over Florida State. And there are going to be more that's going to do the same. If not Jackson State, other HBCUs. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, people now, you know, you don't have to go to Kentucky now if you're a 5-star basketball player to get the bag. Because if you know anything about college basketball, it's pretty well known that if that's what you're looking for, go to Kentucky. Because you're gonna get taken care of down there. You know what I'm saying? Among other places. But now with the rated things going with the name, image, and likeness, and the way these guys are able to do some things to make some money, they don't have to go to the Dukes and the Marylands and the Michigans. They don't have to go that route no more. You know what I'm saying? If my parents met and got married, and I'm a result of that union that they met at Coppin State. And I want to go to Coppin State because my parents went there. Well, so what? So what? You know what I'm saying? If I'm a 5-star athlete, somebody gonna find me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna find me. If you can play, somebody gonna find you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the one thing, you know, some of these people, man, that they so irritating. You know, people were paid a lot of money to find the diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? It's guys at these Big 5 schools. Tom Brady, a 6th-round draft pick, man. He was not supposed to be what he became as a 6th-round draft pick. But thank God somebody said, you know what, let's bring this kid in. Let's give him a shot in the 6th round. You know, what we got to lose as a 6th-round draft pick as a quarterback? He'd be a camp body at least. He turned out to be the greatest fucking quarterback ever. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, man. And so all of this, you got to go to this school, you got to get this competence, you got to play against this kind of competence. Shut up with that. I want to hear that shit, man. Shut up.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear it. It's a lame excuse. It's just you butthurt because you feel like this kid should have went where you thought he should go and he didn't.
Hmm.
So now your retort is we just gonna talk shit about Jackson State in the level of competence. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, he was pitiful. That guy was pitiful talking that crap. He was pitiful.
And he wasn't alone.
No,
He wasn't
speaking,
alone.
he's speaking for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because this is not going according to the system that's in place.
Right.
You always talk about racism being systemic.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going according to the system for this dude to not go to that school. If this kid had said, I'm not going to Florida, I'm going to Texas or Georgia, it would have been a 30-second conversation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even if he said he was going to James Madison or Ball State or something, or school like that, or whatever, it wouldn't have been no big story. You know, it might have been a minute and a half conversation if you went there. But because he went to Jackson State at HBCU, and not only just going to HBCU, they're going there with this dude that they call Prime Time. Every day. That name, we talked about money earlier, earning his name. This dude, Deion Sanders, is earning that name Prime Time.
Yep.
Indeed.
You know what? I haven't been paying too much attention to it. I've been reading it off and on. But I did not attend a HBCU. But just from my own perspective, I think the pushback, opposition, or resistance to it, I think it's to be expected. I'd be surprised if they didn't say shit.
That's right.
Like this is exactly what they're going to do. This is exactly what they're going to say. They are not going to be with black athletes going to HBCUs for loss of money, revenue, or whatever reason, race. But I wouldn't expect shit from them if they don't. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I would like it's going to be what it's going to be.
And that brings me to another thing that I meant to put on my cheat sheet. So the coach down there at Clemson, did y'all see his comments this week about the transfer portal?
No.
So, he basically, saying
basketball or football.
Well, transfer portals for everybody.
Oh, okay.
For all sports. So, but you got kids transferring schools now in record numbers. With this transfer, and the transfer portal make it a little easier because now all the kids got to do is put a name in the portal, and then other schools can start contacting them, recruiting them, and stuff like that.
You don't have to sit out a year.
Yeah, well, I know they relaxed that rule because of COVID. I don't know if they're going back to that at some point, but I know last year or so you didn't have to sit out.
Right.
And it was a lot more movement because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't have to sit out that year. But he's saying basically, that we got to get back to educating these kids and, more hypocritical shit. You know what I'm saying? When have college sports ever been about educating the kids? College sports is about winning. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the high level, especially at Clemson, who has been they've been top 5, at least the last 4 or 5 years. Between them and Alabama, they was taking turns winning national championships for a couple years.
Win and bring you that money.
So now, he's concerned about educating these kids, and I'm sure he got a pretty fat contract. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure his money, he ain't not hurting for nothing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so, man, kids, man, it's all about your opportunity. If it's your dream to go to Clemson, and you sign and you go to Clemson and you get to Clemson and the experience is not the experience that you wanted, you within your right to pick up and say, I'm going to transfer to Georgia Tech or Maryland or wherever. You within your right to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we starting to hold these hypocritical ass coaches are now starting to want to hold these kids to a standard they don't hold themselves to. They don't hold themselves to that. What's my guy name that just left Notre Dame? Just left. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the coach out there and coach that went to USC.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, man, these guys just pick up and leave. And there's still some games to be played. There was still a game to play. You know what I'm saying? And all of the dreams and lies you sold these kids to get them there. And all at the same time, you looking for, you in the one edge, you looking for a job. Fuck out of here, man. I mean, we got so many hypocritical people in these positions of influence. You know what I'm saying? And they sell these dreams to these kids, man. And I personally would not be a good used car salesman. I'm too honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm too honest, man. And my thing is, you got to put people in the best situation for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I always look at, when we talking youth basketball, I had a guy that for all intents and purposes, they was committed to me. Family, the young man, they was committed to whatever I had going on. And I'm like, yo, you need to be doing something different. Like, you need to be in a situation where you are really going to benefit from being around other people that's at your level or above. You're not going to get it here. And I pushed him that way. You know what I'm saying? I could have been selfish and held on and tried to build my thing around this person. I'm like, nah. That would be because if he didn't make it and the potential that I saw, if he didn't get to where I thought he could, that shit would have ate me up. It would have ate me up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was selfish trying to build myself up. Like, nah. So I could never be that. I could never be like a used car salesman that way and, selling these kids dreams and, it's going to be this and that. I was like, no, I can't do it. Like, you got to get the best situation for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Believe that. It got to be about you and your situation and what's best for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I like to just for us to look at it from another angle. This kid in Jackson State. Now, if Deion Primetime Sanders was the head coach at Texas, and this kid flipped and left Florida State and went to Deion Sanders while he was the head coach at Texas, you're not going to get this fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get this fallout. That's how you know that it's racially based.
Right.
It's racially based, and it's about that money, because Deion would have been at a conventional college in Texas. He would have still been within the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he was at a HBCU, now that's outside of the system. And that ain't supposed to work that way. So yeah, it's about Deion, but it's more about Deion being where Deion is.
Right.
So, so I just want us to see this thing from every angle, and this whole thing about systemic racism is real. It's a system that's in place. And what is taking place with this Jackson State move is outside of the system.
Yep. And Bink, what's up, Bink? Coach Bink. He said that nobody never say nothing about when the top white kids start going to Gonzaga. Little ass Gonzaga up there, and where they at Spokane, Washington, somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Gonzaga is really comparable to like a Loyola here.
Yeah.
Smaller school, commuter school.
And you see what basketball has done for that university.
Absolutely.
And that's have happened to a Jackson State or a Howard or a Morgan State. They don't want the same thing to happen, because if you winning, you're going to bring prestige, attention, and money.
Money. They going to bring that old money dollar. You can't have that.
So yeah, this is a big move, man. And and definitely, I want us all to keep our eyes on this, man, because this is something. Let's see how they treat our man Deion moving forward. Let's see how many jobs get tossed his way to get him out of there. Let's see how they scrutinize him. Let's see if he's still running down the street with pizzas in his hand or whatever the commercials he got out there. Let's see if that continues. Let's see if that continues. Let's see how they treat the man. Let's see if they go J. Edgar Hoover on him. Let's see how they play out. Because this is big stuff.
Yes, sir. Yep. We did it again, fellas.
Yeah.
It's been good, man. It's always good. Get with y'all on Friday.
What's up, Bank? I saw that picture you put out there on Facebook, man. A blast from the past, man.
Yeah.
I think we were at a HBCU.
Yeah.
Down Bowie.
Yeah, I think he did say that.
Right on time. Right on time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, so I for those watching, you know, if you haven't checked out my YouTube page where I post all of the shows, I pin the YouTube address in the comments. So, you know, click on the link there to take you right to the page. So you have to sign into your Gmail, you know, so you can subscribe to the page and you can like the page and you can comment on the page and all that good stuff. Help us grow, you know, help the sports mix grow.
Absolutely.
All that is appreciated, you know.
Listen to all you listen hearing. There was a lot of good stuff on this show, as it is on all of them.
Yes, sir.
So
we also got a Sports Mix page on Facebook, Sports Mix group. You know, we got about 280, I think, 280 members.
Okay.
Already. You know, we want to grow that as well.
Gotta get on that.
Yeah.
I want to grow that as well. And
congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. So I do stream it live there as well as on my regular Facebook page. So stream the live feed there. So you know, try to get that page a little more active. You know, people can post on there, you know, post little topics or whatever in the Sports Mix page. So, you know, get all that stuff jumping off, man. And you know, we're coming up on the end of the year. I know next Friday is Christmas Eve. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to go live. I don't know what's going on family-wise Christmas Eve. So I'm not sure. May go live one day next week, you know, depending on what y'all got going on. We'll figure it out.
They just put on a news ticker that Christmas Day, Kyrie might not play against out in the Lakers because he said he might get a headache. So, you know how that goes. He say he say he forecast to have a headache that day. So he probably won't suit up.
Yeah, Bink, we talked about the Celebration Bowl a little earlier. So it's a Celebration Bowl tomorrow at 12 noon.
Yeah.
Hey, Brooks, you might want to rewind this, Brooks, and catch it from the beginning. You're combinations today, man.
Sorry, man.
He was delivering today, boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Put me in the house, man.
It's all good, man.
What's going on, Cheese?
It's all fun, man. You know, I don't mean no harm with nobody.
Might want to go back.
Oh, man. See, when you do that shit, man, you start doing this shit with your chin, man. I know you came heavy with that shit, man. You in that, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the rip, they got me started, so I don't know what.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving and
Kyrie.
You know.
Ain't wasting time today.
Nah.
So Brooks, before we check out, man, I'm gonna need. Can we get a Rudy Gobert update for the week?
Oh God damn.
Cause we missed it this week. You know, we gotta get a weekly. We gotta get a weekly Rudy update.
This is what I'll say. So I was watching, I think it was NBA Countdown. It was NBA Countdown. And Rudy Gobert, the subject came up. Actually, they were talking about Anthony Davis. And I agree with their analysis of Anthony Davis that he's not imposing his will. You know, like we know like AD's talent, but it's like he's not. It's like he's here, and we know he could be here, but he's not. He just know injuries or whatever the reason. And then he said it was Kevin Perkins, and he said, right now, I would take Rudy Gobert over Anthony Davis.
I told y'all, man.
And I said,
I wouldn't disagree with that.
I didn't disagree, but then Perk also said, now that can change next week, but today.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'm with you, Perk. Today, I'm with you. But the thing with Rudy, and again, he's not a bad player. He's a good player. He's a good defensive player. I mean, that's his rep. But you know, he has hollow numbers. What was that?
That Rudy called. That Rudy called me now. Hold on. Rudy. Rudy.
You need to just text him, man.
Yeah. This guy, man. I know I kept hearing something.
Shit, cheese.
What the hell?
Cheese might have been your top performance, man. And you done outdone yourself tonight, man.
God, I'm sorry, man.
And then you're so humble about it. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Just having a little fun with the fellas on Friday.
I can dig it.
Yes, sir.
He just has hollow numbers.
Yeah.
It's like you put up numbers, but it's like, what did you do? Like, I don't see him like moving the game.
Right. I understand. Right.
Like, you know, like somebody could do maybe 15 and 10 and have more of an impact on the game than he does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to say that he doesn't have no impact. I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But just for me, with those numbers, he's the only one you should be talking about at the end of the game. But you're not. And there's a reason for that.
I dig it. I can dig it. Yeah.
We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah.
You still a Laker man, Cheese?
Huh?
You still a Laker man?
Well, yeah, I'm a Laker
11
fan
right now.
Yeah, I'm a Laker fan, but I'm on sabbatical until this regime is out of here.
No, but they signed your boy Isaiah Thomas.
I thought that was a good move. It's good to see him back in the league, man.
Yeah.
But I think Anthony Davis just went out hurt.
Yeah, I think something. I don't know if it was his knee or ankle. Again,
but it's like,
do you think them signing Isaiah, bringing him on, is a little bit of shade at Westbrook? Anything you think there? No,
I don't know if it's Westbrook. I would take it more with Rajon Rondo and
that's
and
sweet.
Nunn.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Because I would be like, why are you bringing him in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him here.
What's going on with Rondo?
I think it's like a 10-day contract.
Yeah.
What's going on with
I don't
Rondo?
want to see him on day 11.
Okay.
And Isaiah been getting a lot of playing time tonight.
Is Rondo hurt?
No. I don't believe so.
He was injured. I don't know if he's injured.
No, he's
now.
in the game. Well, he's in the
I saw
game
him
right
in the
now.
game earlier.
Yeah, he's in the game right now.
Yeah, I have been. I don't pay attention too much. It's still early for NBA for me.
No, but this team,
I kind of glance at the NBA this time of year.
I don't know, man. This team.
There's a lot going on sports wise, so you know.
It's like watching an Uncle Drew movie with these. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna have to really have a weekly Rudy Gobert segment on this motherfucker, you know. Well, Rudy kind of then weaseled his way into the show.
He sure had. He like a folk hero on the show.
That's
but you know what will happen?
Mm-hmm.
Rudy will come on the show and he will join in the conversation. And at the end of the show, we'll be like, was Rudy here?
Damn.
Oh, CB. God damn.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn.
I don't know who throwing the better jabs today. I don't know if Brooks coming in the late rounds with some heat.
That was a hate.
I guess we ain't gonna get no free crepes for the show.
Yo, those free Utah tickets,
Yeah,
you ain't getting them now.
Nope.
I don't know. Rudy Gay might look out for us.
Yeah.
Homeboy, he might look out for us. Rudy
Rodney Pierce
Gobert.
said, Rodney Pierce said, foul on Brooks.
To a flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Flag on the play.
Binky said, yeah, him and Barack Obama.
B.O. We talked about B.O. earlier. You know, B.O. a friend of the show.
Yes.
It's not my show. Is he a friend of the show? This is the peaceful disturbance. From the last I checked, this is the sports mix.
Well, look, Kenny brought him on the show again. Kenny said, I hate to say it, but he said it anyway. So, yeah. I didn't do it this time, CB. So,
Yeah, Kenny.
I don't know.
My work is not done.
Yeah.
There's more work needed.
And I tried not to do it. It just came. The point's kind of met. Damn it.
Yeah.
Nah, it looked like you wanted to say it.
Nah, I
It
didn't.
don't look like you tried. It looked like you wanted to say it.
I didn't.
How you say it?
I
You
didn't.
said,
Yeah. You hesitated.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a little hesitation.
But Brooks, you know what, Brooks? It came out because you wasn't on the call.
Yeah.
A lot to do.
Okay.
That had a lot to do.
Yeah.
If you on the call,
Yeah.
you might,
Yeah, I might have took it a whole nother direction.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know.
Yeah.
I might have went a whole nother direction with that.
Well, I think, and I hate to say this, if it hasn't come out already,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that in the next days before Christmas, this dude B.O. is gonna come off his annual fucking list of books that he's reading.
Well, he probably do that, but he'll be in Hawaii because you know he goes there for Christmas.
I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
But this is
so-
what I'm saying. He was last president in 2016. Why the fuck do we care what he's reading now in 2021?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's history. I love B.O. I mean,
I know.
if you're looking for my reaction, I'm not gonna say that. I love the guy. I love him. He's like a kindred spirit. Funny, man. Yeah.
You know what?
I'm gonna
You know
get you
what?
one time, Cheese. I'm
Huh?
gonna get you one time.
You
One of
always
these-
get me, CB.
One of these round tables, man. I'm a pop some special guests in here, like I popped Rob on y'all a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
We gotta get a New Yorker in here for C. We gotta get somebody like Rod Strickland or somebody, man.
Hey, listen. Did you guys ever settle the Walter Berry, Derek Coleman debate? Was that ever settled?
That was a good debate.
It was a good debate.
It was a good debate.
That was a good one there. That was a good one. I think I was talking to Coach about it, and they had a top 20, regardless of the year, Big East all-time team. And first they had Pat Ewing was the number 1 guy. Chris Mullin was number 2,
Mhm.
number 3, and Walter Berry was number 4.
Mhm.
I think AI was 5. So that's really that's an excellent debate, man. Walter Berry, Derek. Yeah, that's a real good one.
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Neil Cochran because he really set up his debate for Walter Berry. He was going at it. He went hard in the paint.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He had the stats, man. He had the stats. He moved, man.
I couldn't tell who was who. I didn't know who was
Yeah.
them elbows like that.
Yeah.
That was Neil.
That was Neil.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Neil.
that was
Yeah.
Neil. Okay.
He was
Neil,
coming
like, he
hard.
could-
was
he
coming
couldn't
hard
fit the
with Walter
glove.
Berry.
He couldn't fit the glove. He went hard. You would have
He-
swore Walter Berry with OJ the way he went it.
He went hard.
Oh
He went hard, man.
my
He did.
god.
Oh
It
man.
was all good.
He was
Yeah,
making
but yeah.
good points too. He was making real good points.
Oh man, that was
Yeah,
a
well.
great. That was great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
man.
good.
And you know,
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know,
No,
me
but
and Walter Berry are friends on Facebook, by the way.
Get out
Is
of
that
here.
Nah, Walter Berry. Maybe we can get him on here, man.
Send them an invite.
I will. And so I'm friends with Bill Wennington too.
Get out of here.
Big Bill,
Yeah, that's serious.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm connected to some of them guys. I don't know how they will receive the invitation, but I would invite them for sure.
Yeah.
Just to see, some of them guys, man. Just man, we chopping it up. We just talking sports, man. We just having some fun.
Put on the Connor Seca sweater, Kenny.
There you go. You might draw.
You got to.
Nah.
Don't tell him you're a
I don't think
Georgetown
Ken would
fan.
do that.
He
Ken
gonna
would
do-
come with the towel before he do a red
Yeah,
sweater.
if you gonna tell him a
yeah.
Georgetown fan, he ain't coming on.
Yeah, he ain't coming with the red sweater.
Yeah, that's almost blasphemous for me.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
The only orange I wear is Orioles.
Nah, I'm a Cuse guy too. I used to be a Cuse guy too.
See me with no Syracuse shit on. You can bet that.
Right. What about when you went up there?
Huh?
What about when a couple of boys from Dunbar was up there at Syracuse?
Yeah, I
And
watched
Mike
them. Yeah, Mike Brown was up there. Herman Reed was up there.
Herman Hareed. What's the boy that used to jump out the gym?
Michael Lloyd.
Mike Lloyd was up there. Yeah.
Lloyd,
Oh, well, but I was still with Georgetown.
Yeah, I know that. I
Hey,
know
come
that.
on. Herman and them was down there when Reggie was at Georgetown. So,
Oh, I know you. Georgetown go. I know
Reggie was lighting their ass up. He said,
Yeah.
remember I used to do this to y'all at practice?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Reggie.
And then Mike Lloyd went against AI. It's a classic picture. Look, oh man. Oh shit. Y'all done started some shit now.
What happened?
Y'all done started some shit now. But Mike Lloyd and AI, it's a classic picture.
Oh shit.
It's a classic picture of AI and Mike Lloyd.
Y'all was talking about Walter Berry.
Oh shit.
Oh
shit. What's up, Dale?
Can't hear you.
What? Oh, Neil on the line?
Yeah.
Boy, y'all done woke up the sleeping tiger, man.
Uh-oh.
Gotta get that audio. Gotta get your audio right, Neil. Can't hear you.
But Coach, I wanted to ask y'all a question before we hop off.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
What's up, Neil?
What's up,
What's
Neil?
good?
Yeah.
First of all, Neil, I like to
I've been
apologize.
under the weather. That's why I ain't been on.
Oh,
You know what I
I
mean?
hope you
But
feel better, man.
A lot of that going on. That sickness, a lot of it.
Yeah. Neil, I personally want to apologize to you, Neil, for what I just said a few minutes ago. I didn't mean, I love you, man. You know, I was just kidding.
Got your back, Neil.
Hey, hold on. Before Neil, I gotta tell you a quick story. When we in Vegas, I wasn't feeling too good. Neil was up in the room. Neil came in the room. Neil said, "Yo, why my TV ain't like yours? I got fatback TV." Yeah. Neil cheered me up, man. I was like, God, I got a fatback TV.
Yo, my G, you had the right room to be sick, and if you had to be sick,
I
you
know,
had
right?
all the amenities. Yo, this brother had 3 shampoos in the shower, yo, on the wall. He had the joints that you the little bottles, yo. They was in the shower.
Yo, had the dispensers in the shower and shit.
He's like, you can skirt this shit out.
Hell yeah. If I'd have had some containers, I'd have took some shit home with me. Probably had the good shit, beat outside.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, man. I hope you feel better, man.
Yeah, feel better, man.
You and
to be
CB,
honest,
man.
I've been sick since what is it? A couple of days after Thanksgiving, man. Like the last 2 days, I just really been feeling like myself.
Oh man.
Damn. You ain't had that COVID, did you?
I don't think I did. I think really I just had sinusitis. I just was having sinus issues. But it's crazy because I wasn't really having any bad symptoms. Like the first couple of days I had like a temperature and like in the night, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and my chest would be hurt. That was it. During the day I'd be fine. No temperature, no nothing, no aches, no pains or nothing. But at nighttime I start to feel bad. Yeah. I've never really had like any cold, any aches. Like I had a fever for a while. But the last week I just been feeling weak. Not in pain, not coughing, you know what I mean?
You take anything sneezing for it or anything? Or?
Well, like the first week I was taking the Tylenol to kind of, because I had the temperature. I would take it before I go to bed, but then I was still waking up in the middle of the night feeling bad. So I'm like, why am I, putting this poison in my system and I'm still waking up feeling bad? I just stopped taking everything. I just was strictly tea.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wish you well, homie. I wish you well, man.
So these last couple of days, like I kind of been feeling almost totally back to normal.
And I think it's good to know when we dealing with those sicknesses, man. The fever that we get is our body working to fight off the virus or the bacteria, or whatever.
Right.
So we need to really let the fever run unless it's super high.
And that was my thought. I was like, let me stop taking it and let the fever, clear whatever's in me out.
That's the fight. That's the fight right there. That's the truth.
Right.
To kill that virus. And a lot of times they teach us, take some Tylenol, kill that fever. But when you take that Tylenol, that's your troops putting their weapons down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hold on, while I'm here, don't change the subject. Let's get back on Walter Berry. That's right. All of the facts. That man was the runaway player of the year. How can that be disputed, man? How can he not be the number one power forward? Just a question. It's just a question.
Yeah, great argument, man. I agree with you, Neil.
It is. Well, Neil, one thing you gotta understand, Neil, is that you talking to a group that had Reggie Williams over Chris Mullin. So
hey, that's awful. I don't know what y'all was thinking with that.
I'll give you that just because, like you said, that's a Baltimore thing. But at some point, we can't totally ignore all the facts. You know what I mean? If you can have one, but come on, everything.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a whole bunch. It was like John Thompson was cooking the meatloaf. It was a whole bunch of home cooking on that show.
That was on the green beans.
But Reggie was on the grill.
Reggie had the stuffing.
Yeah.
Hey, but there was a lot of North Carolina motherfuckers on that ACC squad.
David Wingate brought the girls.
Well,
here you go. Here you go.
I mean, he was leading.
But like, I be I listened to the whole thing. Like you said, Reggie, was the wild card. But them North Carolina guys that was on there, they was guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All my argument was Walter Berry was like, this dude only played 2 years in the Big East.
Yeah.
And he was his last year, which I'm still kind of confused because he played 2 years at St. Jack. But they were saying that he still had another year of eligibility. So that part still kind of confused me to this day. But in 2 years, this dude, he still has the single season record at St. John's scoring. And like I said, 86. Like Dawkins got the Naismith, but he got every other major player of the year award. Every other major player of the year award. He got the Wooden, he got the AP, he got the what's the magazine? Sporting
News.
Sporting News. Exactly. Like, come on now.
Yeah. What's up, Coach C? What's up, Coach C?
Coach C, what up?
You make good points, man. I mean, I guess it's all in preference. I mean,
and then the senior year, the dude was playing center at 6'8". Like they got him. Really, he's 6'7".
They both are left-handed.
Dudes like Ronnie Cycli.
They both are left-handed, so I love them both. Him and DC.
Yeah, Barry was tough, man. I watching him play, man. He had a tough game, man, and very difficult.
Walter Berry was the truth, man.
Yeah, very
literally the truth. That's right.
Literally
the original truth.
That's the beauty of doing these kind of lists. You know, you're never going to please everybody. It's always going to be somebody left off that got a legitimate argument to get in any, you know what I'm saying, in any list. You know, just like the latest, what the NBA just came up with, top 75?
75.
Right.
I mean, it's guys that clearly should have been on that.
Clay got left off.
You know, who?
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
He got left off. 75.
Did he get left off?
He did.
Yeah.
He got left off 75.
Yeah.
Is he?
But
Is
did
he
he
top
get left
75
off?
worthy? I
That's what
don't know if
I'm
he's top
saying.
75 worthy. Now
Right.
I would argue him. No, he didn't get left off. He just like
I feel like it's some dudes that was on that list that didn't deserve it right now. You know, just like the top 50. I didn't believe Shaq should have been on the top 50
Nah, he
over
shouldn't.
Dominique.
he shouldn't.
You know what I mean?
But Dominique didn't make the 50, but Dominique made the 75, I think.
Yeah, and that was almost some makeup shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we better put him on this 75.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because he should have been on the 50 for sure.
Exactly.
I arguments that he had a chance to even be on that dream team.
He should have been in the discussion.
He should have been in
He should have been in the discussion for
in
sure.
the-
Yeah.
Because he played on one of them, didn't he?
Dream team.
He played on one of them teams after the original Dream Team. I think he played.
Who?
Might have
Who's
been
that?
on the World Championship team.
Who you talking
Who's
about?
that?
Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, I'm
Dominique
not-
Wilkins.
I don't think so, huh?
Oh.
I think he played. I think he played on one of them international teams.
Possible.
I mean, it's Googleable, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like Googling right now.
Pretty much everything.
But yeah, you know,
Coach.
it's you know, them lists, man, they fun, and we're gonna do the 90s version coming up. I'm not sure when, but we're gonna do the 90s version of the you know, ACC Big East, and I think the 90s is gonna be a lot tougher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
it will.
It's a lot of guys, you know, that kind of play the same position.
Yeah,
In the
I
90s,
kind of agree
man,
with you there.
it's gonna be some feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, there's gonna be some feelings in that one
It's gonna be some debating.
for sure.
Saying
Sure.
right now, my guy Troy Bell better be the #1 point guard coming out of the Big East.
Troy Bell.
Well,
Nah, I'll tell you what. Troy Bell was pretty
was
good
my
though.
dude, yo.
He was
Right,
pretty
he was my
good, though.
dude, yo. I
He
can't.
pretty good. Well,
he made that. I was talking.
yeah, he's pretty good, man. Troy Bell was pretty good.
No,
But he's not gonna be #1, obviously.
No,
No.
not even close.
It Brooks, Troy Bell, and Rudy, they kind of the same for you.
I wouldn't say the same, but nah. Nah, I wouldn't do him like that.
Yo, you know what is crazy though? That list y'all was talking about with the Big East, when they got to some of the guys from the 90s, man, I forgot about Rip Hamilton, like how impactful he was at Connecticut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it is easy to overlook some dudes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. But it's
Until
fun though.
Yeah, but
It's
some
fun,
dudes just
though.
been, you know what I mean, on your radar, like Walter Berry, like Cheese. I mean, I hear you, Kenny. You was Georgetown, bro, but you know me, Kenny, man. Maryland and Syracuse, they was my teams, and because Walter Berry used to bust Syracuse ass, like I like the dude, but I hated the dude at the same time.
Nah, he was good, man. He was good.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he used to get accused of. He used to give Georgetown the blues, bro.
Yeah.
He used to
gave
give
them 20
everybody the
every time
blues,
he
man.
played them, yo,
Yeah,
in a
man.
quiet 20.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know,
It ain't easy to average 23 when you
right,
Nah.
it should go too.
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah. But that's you know, I think too, man, just you know, talking about that time, you know, it just was a great time in college
Right.
basketball.
Was.
You know, it was a great time, man. I mean, for people in this area, and you know, Brooks, you lived in New York, so you know, you got the Big East games just like we did. You know what I'm saying? So it was the ACC and the Big East at that time, man, was the best college basketball.
Good basketball.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a team out the Big Ten, you know, that would have a good run, but I'm talking about far as conference wise. man, this night in and night out, that ACC and Big East
Right.
was
Yes.
just, man, you couldn't miss. You
Yes.
couldn't miss,
Couldn't
man. It
miss,
was just
bruh.
great basketball every night.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
Great
I've been
basketball.
watching ACC so long that I remember when they was sponsored by Food Lion
Yep.
and Purdue Chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, when I first saw my first Food Lion, when I went to University of Maryland Eastern Shore in 1993.
Because the
So
damn sure
from
wasn't
the
nothing here.
80s,
Mhm.
right. So from the 80s till 93, I didn't even know what a Food Lion was other
Yeah.
than the commercials
Mhm.
between the ACC games.
Yeah.
Raycom
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
I remember.
Right.
Of course.
The damn sure wasn't no Food Lions here.
Nah.
Exactly.
Nope.
Holly
Nope.
Farm Chicken Award. Who's a Holly Farm player of the game?
Play of the game,
Right.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Purdue player of the game. Yeah.
Wow.
Chicken player of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and you talking about, Walter Berry, player of the year in '86.
hmm
And I be trying to figure out how the fuck Lynn Bias wasn't somebody's player of the year.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Other-
like I
other than
said,
the
Johnny
fact-
Dawkins got the Naismith and
Other than the
Barry
fact-
was second to that.
other than
Bias
the
was number
fact-
3 on
But other than the
everybody's
fact that that Maryland team sucked that year.
list. Right.
They was terrible, man.
Yeah, they weren't that good.
They were terrible his senior year. I think the only reason they got in the tournament was because of him.
I think man on that team, Greg Narrett.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Who?
think he was. He probably was deep
Yeah.
on the bench though.
Yeah.
But she tried to put him on the ACC team.
Cool. Yeah, because he was a Tiger Woods assistant. He deserves some kind of,
Was that baby?
Yo,
Oh, Biggie went crazy on his picks. I
yeah,
know
let
he
me
was
interject
drinking.
here for a second though. After I watched that, on the live, do that list. That next 2 days, all I did was watch old Big East and ACC games, bro.
Yeah.
And the
You
game
know what?
came up with your boy
Yeah.
Turgeon on
Oh man.
on Kansas.
Yeah.
Against Georgetown.
Yeah, that game, and then another coach. What's the other coach? He played. Oh man,
Mark
can't think of the
Billy
game.
Donovan played. I think he played for.
Yeah,
don't
Billy
bring that,
Donovan.
Providence?
I watched the game.
don't
with
bring that
Donovan,
motherfucker name up.
Him, but
Fuck.
this guy's is it Calipari? I think it's Calipari.
What?
Was on one of them teams in the 80s, man.
Okay.
Nah,
For
wasn't
who?
him.
For who?
Wasn't him.
It's
But
one of
y'all-
them guys, one of them Italian coaches, Calipari, Rick Pitino.
Nah, but it was one guy
necessarily
y'all
that.
forgot in the Big East that y'all should have had. And he could have been running for the point guard.
Oh shit.
And y'all
Who?
forgot him.
What we forget? Jeez.
Billy Donovan.
I didn't forget him.
What
Yeah,
year?
How you didn't
he was
forget
in a
him?
discussion.
I
He
didn't
was in a
forget him.
discussion.
We didn't forget him. He didn't come up.
Hey, can I reenact Banky last week when he was drinking and he was
Herman
like,
Reed.
here's he go, he doing Hermanville.
Hermanville. Yeah.
Call who he say, my man from Maryland, Baxter, number 12.
Yeah, Jeff Baxter.
Jeff
Mhm.
Baxter.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, Bank.
I ain't forget Billy
Jeff
Donovan.
Baxter, all-time ACC, bro. What you talking about?
Bank was drinking that high top shelf.
Right. I'm surprised Bink ain't say Skip Wise.
It was. Hell yeah.
80s. Skip was it. Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn.
1 year.
Yeah, I ain't forget Billy Donovan, motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought y'all might have forgot him. My bad.
Him or Delray Brooks.
Delray Brooks.
Mm.
No relation to Delroy Lindow.
Delray Brooks was the dude that transferred from
Yeah.
Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Said
so.
Ben Coleman.
Yeah. But Big Ben wasn't that bad.
Ben
He
made
wasn't, he wasn't all time great, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, he made it to the league. Yeah.
Ben Coleman's pretty good.
Yeah, he wasn't bad at all.
Mm.
Yeah, he played with the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
I think
Something
so.
like it.
Didn't he pass away recently?
I hope not.
I think he did. I think he passed away
don't
a
say
couple
that.
years ago, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm sure I heard that. Ben Coleman.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember.
Oh
him
man, I'm
passing
sorry
away.
to hear that, man.
Yeah. R.I.P. Ben Coleman.
I have to improve my internet speed, man. I was trying to get to that. Cheese beat me to.
Yeah.
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 You know, we can't beat him with dial-up now. Cheese got that high speed shit over there.
Yeah, man.
I know Cheese ain't messing.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go with the fromage.
With the sound effects. With the sound effects.
Hey, the Rudy.
Anytime D do this,
Well, was that the remix?
yeah.
That was the remix?
Yeah.
Hey, so Brooks.
What's up?
Hey, we're gonna do a weekly Rudy Gobert segment.
Okay.
We gotta get a weekly Rudy Gobert update.
You got it.
You know,
Man. No,
Hollow numbers.
and, I'm sure it's gonna be entertaining.
Wow. Oh man.
I'm sure it's gonna be
Big
entertaining.
numbers that's not doing anything.
Yeah, you did because you said we could have more as a guest, and you like, hey, was he there?
Yeah. Hey, that was a good one though. Hey, that was untouchable. That was a good one. That was fantastic.
I come up with at least one a year, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Get ready to run out and shit,
Told
man.
you.
You know, I was due for one, man.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, let me ask y'all a question. I was watching the Warriors. I've been watching like a few times. I saw it like the other night. And you know, as a coach, you know, you watch the game and you're always thinking like what defense, when like the Warriors like to spread the floor and start cutting, what would be if you were playing them? What defense would you? Because I tell you what I thought, but the team would have to be really good. Like I thought, trap the ball every time where the ball goes. Trap the ball, particularly when the ball is in the corner. Trap the ball, fly to the ball.
They move the ball so well.
I know that's the.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to move faster than the ball, really.
They don't hold on to the ball. They don't play with it a lot. They're moving that thing, man.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it's beautiful to watch.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? You love basketball, man. That ball movement and body movement.
Yes.
Is beautiful to watch when it's done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't really know, man. I mean,
tough to defend.
It's tough to defend them when they going. When they got it going, and I don't see nobody can fuck with it when they got it going.
Yeah, they flow.
Let me ask you this: would you go man or zone?
I mean, you know the way
that's a good one. I'm not sure.
I mean, he a zone buster all within himself.
Yeah. So I mean, and then Clay, you got Steph and Clay.
And Clay,
right.
You can't sit in no zone.
You can't play no zone.
You can't sit in the zone with them two. You got to play them.
Got to play them.
So you pretty much got to play them and pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick your poison, man, with the, you know.
Yeah.
Them dudes, man. I mean, and like I say, they got a dude like Draymond that don't need to score. He just happy passing the motherfucker. He happy facilitating and doing the dirty work.
Right.
He ain't really tripping about scoring points, man. So
he's a really good passer.
Yeah, he's an excellent passer.
He's an excellent passer.
He ain't really tripping about scoring until he ain't supposed to be the one scoring.
Yeah, but when shit is rolling, and he ain't taking up no dumbass shots. He might take one here and there. He know where that bread butter at.
Right.
Let me get these two motherfuckers the ball. Let them do what they do.
Right.
Then you got Wiggins. Wiggins look like a basketball player now.
It looks like he's having one of his best years. I think this has to be like his
he
best
look like
year.
a ball player now, finally.
Yeah.
Yo, and it's crazy. I felt like they should have kept what was the boy they traded the
Harrison
Aubrey. I felt like
Kelly
they should have
Oubre.
kept Aubrey and traded Wiggins, but you're right. Now Wiggins he's showing up.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Wiggins right now is playing like Terrence Morris played at Maryland. Terrence Morris ain't had no pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Francis was the guy, and LeVron Prophet was the second guy.
Yeah.
All Terrence Morris had to do was just not fuck shit up.
Right.
Open shots. And really, he got a lot of dirty. He did a lot of dirty work. He was catching a lot of putback type shit. And he was averaging 20. You know what I'm saying? And really, you know, looking back now, he should have left that year.
Yep.
He'd have been a lottery pick that year for sure.
In a lottery.
You know what I mean? If he'd have left that year when Francis and all them was there,
yep,
he'd have been a lottery pick. But that's kind of the role Wiggins playing. He ain't really got a whole lot of pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple shots when you get them. You know, run the lane. You know, you're gonna get some breaks, get some shots on the break. You know, you can get your 18, 19, 20. You have some 25. You know, you got some games you got 25. Might get a 30. Play your cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Golden State, they just fun to watch. Like, and I ain't no Golden State fan, but I mean, I like good basketball. So
right, I like good basketball. They play some really good basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
right
winning the championship don't matter to me, but I just like watching that shit, man, because it's fun. It's fun to watch now. You know, I say I deal with these kids, man. They so impressionable. You know, they think they can shoot 90-foot jump shots. And pulling from half court. I'm like, yo, these dudes been doing this a long time. You know, they didn't just walk in the gym shooting like that. It took a long time to get to that level of being able to shoot that ball, man.
Right.
And you know, that shit they do, man, is just impressive. You know, from a basketball lover, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that love to watch the game. Watching them dudes do it, man, they do it better than anybody in the last, at least in the last 10 to 15 years. You know, they got something special over there.
They do.
And like you say, I don't really know what you can do to stop that. Like, I don't know what kind of defensive scheme you can come up with. The only thing, man, is just hope they get old. and you know, Mother Nature kind of take over. Where they can't run around like they do, but that's really, I mean, you know, I think it's like that with when you got them special groups together. You just gotta let it run its course. You know, the Magic and them in the 80s. You know, you just had to let that shit run its course, and then it was time for somebody else. Then, you know, Mike Jordan and them in the 90s. You know what I mean? You just had to let it run its course.
Right.
Get the bad
boys.
But yeah, like that's what I was about to say though. The difference is though, man, like what team now prides themselves on defense though? That's really willing to attempt to stop them dudes.
Right.
That's part of the issue. Ain't no teams out there that's considering themselves defensive teams. Like you said, like the bad boys, that they was not gonna let you. You know what I mean? If they had to, they was guarding Jordan 24 feet. You know what I mean? Somebody was on. It wasn't no letting him get to half court, and then you know what I mean.
But I think that's
the defense you need that's gonna stop Curry. Because if he can pull right over half court, bro, you got to guard him before half court.
Yeah, but I think it's because of the way the game played. Like, you know, man, you can't be as physical. You know, you can't hand check. You can't really bump a lot. Like, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Guys got to kind of run free now.
Right.
So it's easier to score with less emphasis on defense. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the way they want it.
Yeah, I think they want it that way. They feel like the fans like it better.
Right.
Whatever. I like good defense. You know, I like good defense.
Right.
I like to see somebody
Good defense. Like you said, yeah, I like good defense. I ain't never been no fan of holding and hand checking. Like, move your feet. You know what I'm saying? Keep the man in front of you, face guard him, deny him the ball. That's good defense.
Yeah, but
so it's on a catch-22.
Hand check, just a little.
Yeah, but if you know what I'm saying, you a ball player, you know you gonna sneak some shit in. You gonna grab, you gonna hold, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of the game, like, you know, to me. Like, yo, and it's funny, man. Like, yo, I'll be in practice with these kids, yo. Every time somebody drives through the hole, yo, they go. I like, yo, stop fucking looking for the foul, man. Stand up. Ain't nobody blowing the whistles in here. I'm not calling no fouls. You know what I mean? If it's up to me, I'm not calling none. So stop looking for it. And then they do that shit in the game, man. When the referee calls some shit, then they put your hands down, man. Crying all the time.
Yeah, you got to toughen up a little bit.
Hey, man. You know, but it's like, yo, you know, y'all, it ain't like that no more. All right, I get it. You know, we dinosaurs now. Yo, but the game is the game.
That's right. The game is the game.
Game is the game, man. Like, you still gotta get this thing in the hole.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You still gotta get the ball in the hole. And you know, the team to get one more than the other team is the winner.
Fact.
You know, so all of that, this how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it. Nah, this, you know, you go with what you got and you figure out the best way to get the thing in the hole.
Just do what Coach Wilkes say.
The fuck I say. Do what the fuck I say.
Do what the fuck he said. What? Go run me some laps. Run some fucking laps. I just want to see your ass
Bobby
running.
Knight.
Hey. Yeah, I know it's gonna be. I don't know if none of the kids watching. I'm sure they're not. We got practice at 8:00. And we got a game Monday, so we got to practice tomorrow. We can't have no little. We got to practice tomorrow because we got a game Monday. So
have a hard practice, man. Get a good hard one in before your game. Yeah, man, no doubt.
We have to because we
got to drill that shit in.
We got our ass kicked Wednesday.
Who did you play? Oh man,
Kenwood and what? Franklin.
Kenwood beat us by damn near 30.
Kenwood.
Damn.
Did y'all play tonight?
Bro, we never lose to Kenwood.
And we lost to Franklin tonight. Neil, what we did to Kenwood?
We never lost to Kenwood, bro. We would expect that.
We would expect them, man, right out the break. Kenwood beat us like we stole something from him, man. And we kept turning the ball. Our turnover was ridiculous. And tonight, oh man, we had 15 turnovers the first half.
Damn.
15 turnovers. We missed a ton of layups and a ton of free throws. I know we missed 10 free throws the first half. I know we missed that.
Struggling.
But like I say, our best player was out.
Football player?
He's a football player, so he played in the All-Star game. I think the game is tomorrow. He's playing in the Crab Bowl, and I think that's the Metro against. I don't even know who they playing against. So he was at practice.
At Amity Stadium?
No, they playing in Delaware somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Because he's there tonight. He had to go. You know, they went up, stay in the hotel, and did the little tour and all that. You know, do the little whatever they do.
Right.
So he was going to miss the nice games. He was going to play Wednesday, but he got sick. He got sick Wednesday and left school early. So he missed Wednesday's game. But he's the type of kid that settle shit down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got that one kid that kind of
calms everybody down.
Everybody else calm down. He kind of,
right.
You know, he's that guy. And we missed him the last couple of games. We missed him bad.
So everybody was in that panic.
And our guards, man, like a little pressure, man, and they speeding them up.
Yeah.
But they going too fast and they just throwing dumbass passes or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you gotta learn how to play with some pace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like, yo, you gotta see the floor. as the
Right.
guard. You got the ball. You got to see everything.
Right.
If you don't see the double team coming until you get to it, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But like I told them in practice yesterday, not only do the point guard got to see it, but the people in the back, y'all got to tell them it's coming.
Hey, that was my thought. Like somebody's got to
like,
be telling him the double team is coming.
So there's no communication.
Right.
We're not
no
communicating. You know what I'm saying? We're not communicating.
Right.
And we dribbling into trouble. And then when we get in trouble,
panic.
Some people even trying to dribble out of it was going to dribble you into more trouble.
Panic.
Always just throwing the ball, hoping somebody gonna be in the spot where you threw it at. And it's going left quick. But we've only played 3 games, so that stuff is fixable. You know what I'm saying? This stuff that we could work on in practice. We could fix some of that. And then, like I pulled one of my guards to the side today. I told him, I said, Shorty, he's probably the fastest kid we got with the ball in his hand. But he don't believe in his left hand. Like he don't believe in it. He'd take 1 or 2 dribbles left. Got the man behind him. Come right back to the fucking right. I'm like, yo, you defeating the purpose, yo. You got him.
Right.
You got him beat. You coming right back to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't have no faith in that left hand. I told him today, I pulled him to the side today. I said, yo, we got to spend some time getting that left hand. You got to have confidence in that. You know what I'm saying?
What year he in?
He's a junior.
Yeah.
He's a junior. You know, little kid, he's a little guy, he quick, got that speed, you know what I'm saying? He got good quick hands on defense. He get a lot of steals. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he could be better offensively because he got the ball in his hand a lot. If he had faith in that other hand. Because like I tell him, and we ain't even played a real good team yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you play a good team, they pick up on your shit quick. Go left hand.
Right.
So they gonna make you go left.
Oh man. Then it's gonna force you to your left
all day, and then you gonna be out there frustrated.
Yep.
You know, so sometimes, man, kids look at you like you got 4 heads when you telling them stuff because they think they know, or they've been doing it the wrong way so long.
Right.
They feel like, what you talking about?
Right.
I've been doing this all my life and
doesn't mean you're doing it right. It just means you was doing it.
But when you're not really playing against that level of competition,
right?
You can do stuff like that and get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's coaching, though. But that's coaching, though.
But if you only playing,
correct that.
If you're only playing in the neighborhood, right, against, and you the better play, you the better players in the neighborhood. So everybody you playing against is below you.
Got you.
You can get away with that shit all day.
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying?
Coaches should correct that, though, don't you think?
Well, it depends on who the coach is. Like I don't know what kind of coaching they had prior to the last year. Like some of the kids, like some of them, like we got some 9th and 10th graders. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know where they played at, other than with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always had a thing. Like I didn't used to like coaching older kids for that reason, because you get a certain age, you got these bad habits. It's hard as shit to break them. I always like younger kids, because younger kids you could, you shake them a little bit, like stop that.
Right.
Stop that. And younger kids they seem a little more willing to learn than older kids. Older kids just stubborn and hard headed. Like, I know how to do it.
Stuck in their way.
Yeah, they stuck. And it's hard to get them out of that shit. And I hear that a lot. When coach be trying to correct them, I got it. All right, I got it. Let me like, no, you don't.
No, you don't got it. No, sir, you don't got it.
Yeah, you don't have it. Because you're going to go right back out there and do the same shit again. And again.
Give me a couple of fucking laps since you got it. Give me a couple of laps.
You know what, though, Ken? Like, I remember I shared, I don't want to put the person out there, but anyway. We had talked before when it was a video, somebody with their kid, posting videos of their kid running drills. But man, honestly, I gotta blame some of it on the coaching for these bad habits, bro. Cause I'm seeing kids, catching the ball, taking a jump stop before they shoot a jump shot. You know what I mean? Like, if you catching a pass, I don't know, it was always you step, catch the ball on the step into the shot. Wasn't none of that. You catch the ball, you take a hop step and shoot a jump shot. Like, all of that is somebody is coaching these bad habits. Like, they definitely seeing it in the you know what I mean, these NBA players. But
some of them being
somebody
coached.
co-signing as well. You know what I'm saying?
Some of it is coaching, but the better coaches are not having that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The better coach is gonna nip that immediately.
Right.
But like I say, the problem, like you got so many people that's training, and they got kids working out with cones, like I be hearing people like the cones don't play defense.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? All them little steps and all that shit you be doing with them cones.
Right.
Man, that's all fine and good, but when you got somebody in front of you, you got to be able to figure that shit out.
Right. You got to get that shot off.
You got to be able to figure it out. And
you ain't got no time to catch the ball and hop into the defender to get a jump shot off, bro.
Yeah. But like one thing I be noticing, kids be playing the game standing straight up.
Right.
You cannot play basketball if you ain't got them knees bent a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you catching the ball standing straight up around the basket. Yeah, that's a clear sign of disaster about to happen. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta be ready to catch it, ready to do something with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, or like, the big man is kind of obsolete in the game now. So nobody know how to feed a big man. So we got the couple big men we got, especially the JV kids, they really just learn how to play. So you want them to catch the ball damn near as close to the basket as you can. So basically all they got to do is reach up and put it in the fucking hole. You got people throwing them fucking bounce passes at the knees and shit in traffic. So that's a clear sign of disaster.
Right.
You catch the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He fumbling with it and all this shit. And I'm like, we got to learn how to feed the post. We don't do a lot of posting up, but at least you got to know how to feed these big people.
Right. But then the flip side also, bro, is the big man got to put his hand where he's comfortable with getting the ball.
But that's what I teach him.
Also, you know what I'm saying?
My thing is, you big, be big. You can't have your hands down here. They got to be able to see you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Especially in this painted area where it's a lot of traffic. Put them hands up so they see you. So, you know what I mean? They know. And you tell them where you want the ball at.
Right. Your hand is supposed to dictate where the pass comes.
Exactly. And I tell a story. When I was in 11th grade, I had a stretch of games where I couldn't catch a fucking cold. Like my confidence was shot. And I was, because I'm trying to do shit before I catch the ball. So the ball coming and I'm already turning, trying to go, and I didn't miss the ball. I had maybe a stretch about 3 or 4 games where shit was just bad. I couldn't catch. And I remember the coach was getting in my ass. So I ain't feel confident. I was ready to fucking quit. That's the only time I was ready to quit. And for whatever reason, I don't even know what got me back on track. You know what I'm saying? But I suffered through it. I got through it. I got through it. I can't remember what I did to get out of it. But I just remember having that stretch of games where I couldn't catch the ball on the block, and I got the motherfucker sealed up and everything. And they throwing it to me. I'm like, oh shit. But I had to go through that. So then you get to the point where you can throw it to me, I'm gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first thing. So I got a couple kids now, like, catch the ball first.
Right.
Before you can score the motherfucker, you got to catch it. Let's just keep the game simple. You know what I'm saying? You 2 steps ahead before you caught it. You know what I mean? The ball, you see the ball coming and you already right here. And the other day, the one kid did it right in front of me. He on a break, he running out, the ball was coming, So they threw the ball toward the sideline, away from the defense. Right in front of us. He's looking at the ball, and then he took his eyes right off the ball. Ball go flying out of bounds and shit. And I'm like, yo, you took your eyes off the ball. He great. Tell me some other stuff about the pass. Oh, Coach Kitty, the pass. I was like, no. You took your eyes off it. I'm looking right at your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, you gotta really take them back to the nuts and bolts, the ABCs. Because yo, if your fundamentals ain't tight, you really, man, you making shit harder than what it needs to be.
Absolutely. Facts.
I'm saying you making it harder than it gotta be. But having some fun with it. It's a little grind. So we got 2 games next week. Then we got the break. So we're not planning no Christmas tournaments or nothing. So we'll get a little break. And see, then once we get back in January, then it's the grind for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we play like 3 days a week. Some weeks it's 3 games, some weeks it's 2. But it's January, February, it's consistent. And then so we great, it's the grind, the great come. It's interesting for sure. Interesting for sure. But they wrap this shit up, fellas. But so I know like with the holiday coming, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. With Christmas Eve and then New Year's Eve the following Friday.
Right.
So for sure it probably won't be on Fridays. If we do it, might do it like in the middle of the week or something.
All right, that's cool.
Check y'all out, see what y'all doing. If y'all free.
Right.
We'll come on, chop it up, talk about something. I'm sure it'll be something in the news we'll be able to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the very least, we're gonna talk about your boy Rudy.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a Rudy Go Bad segment every week, That's for sure. Rudy done made it. He made it, man. He on the sports mix every week. Rudy done made it.
The remix, the sports remix with Rudy.
Who knew?
He didn't.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Any parting words from the fellas, man? Season's greetings or anything?
Walter Berry for president.
That's funny.
So I tell you what. Probably sometime in January, we're gonna do that '90s version of that Big E. So I'm gonna have to start studying.
Troy Bell for president.
Walter Berry.
I'm gonna have to start studying, get my list together.
Yo, hold up though. On a serious note, man, when we was considering, when y'all was considering, I wasn't on the ACC. Didn't Tom Hammond, right? He powerful with ACC Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
His
name came up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his name came up. Georgia Tech was tough.
Right, that's what I was trying to think of.
Georgia Tech was tough, man.
Price.
Bobby Crimmins.
Bobby Crimmins kept him coming, man.
Wayne for
and Georgia Tech was tough down in them 80s and in the early 90s, man.
Oliver, Kenny
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they was, like I say, just that era of basketball, man, was tough, man. I mean, like I say, the ACC wasn't no easy outs.
Right, because then Dwayne Farrell hit the shot to send Maryland out of the tournament.
The ACC joint.
I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
I hated him for that. I hated that.
Yo, Georgia Tech, NC State was tough.
Right.
Fucking North Carolina, of course. Duke. Maryland had a couple good teams in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wait will get you.
Right. Boys was there.
Yeah, it wasn't no easy outs. Rodney Rogers. That big
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he another one. I was
Yeah.
Rodney Rogers.
Ronnie Rod, Randolph Childress.
Yeah,
Randolph Childress.
That
Yeah.
That run he made through that AC tournament was tough.
Right.
Tough, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know. I be thinking about like say some of them other teams in them other conferences. Like even like that Illinois team with Kendall Gill and all them boys. I was hurt they didn't win the championship.
Right.
I thought for sure they was gonna cut them nets down that year.
Yo, you know what? I was hurt, man, because always been a Duke hater. When Never Nervous Purvis. Remember they played Duke?
Yeah, I loved it.
Man.
I loved it. Shit, Duke, fucking, you know, that Vegas, that ass whooping Vegas put on Duke. One of the greatest ass whoopings in the history of ass whoopings. You know, that was just a thing of beauty, man, from the tip.
Yeah.
From the tip, man. I mean, that whole Vegas, just the whole style them dudes had, man. They, you know, it was hood. You know what I'm saying? It was just like going down Fleming, you know,
right.
Being out the park on Sunday.
Right.
Watching them go.
Right.
They weren't a team, they were a gang. That's them.
You know. Yeah,
they was ballers though.
Oh man. Oh man.
Ballers, man.
Crazy ass Canadian sitting over there chewing on the towel.
Letting them roll. He like, shit, man. I don't know. Damn, should I call a timeout? Fuck.
Yeah.
We got 3 of them left. Should I use one?
Right. Had him some Baltimore guys going out there at UNLV.
Yeah. Gary Graham. James boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, that Baltimore history.
Mm-hmm.
You got some guys that's doing some stuff with Baltimore basketball online. My guy Taz Dean, he be doing a lot with the Baltimore stuff on Taz TV.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Don Taz Dean, my guy. But he be getting a lot of them guys, man, coming on talking about Baltimore stuff. You know, well, it's so many different directions you can go with this shit. You know what I mean? And get some good content out of it. Just you know, just talking about shit we seen. You know, shit we seen with our own eyes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost 1 o'clock, fellas. Damn.
Yeah.
I think we gonna be on here this long.
It happens.
It happens, but you know, hey.
You don't want to be late for practice though, man.
I definitely don't want to do that.
Right.
I think tomorrow gonna be a good one.
That's that.
Run their ass in the ground.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of running tomorrow. And we got bricks too. We got bricks too, so they will be breaking them out tomorrow for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Fellas, we're gonna shut it down, man. We're gonna figure it out. You know, until, you know, we figure that out, everybody have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa. What's the other one? Hanukkah. You
know?
That's right.
You know? Is there any more?
There might be some other stuff out there, man. You know, I don't know. I can't keep up no more.
Right. New Year's coming, all that shit. You know.
Right.
Yeah, we'll definitely get on before the year's out, close it out. You know, but y'all enjoy the rest of y'all morning.
Right.
It's Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, happy Saturday, man, and you know, y'all go do something I would do.
No doubt.
Take it easy,
fellas.
Morning, man.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
All right.